Hello dear students. So let's see the solution of this paper. The first question is like kind of the easiest question that you can expect from the topic of AC. We have to find the inductive reactance of a coil whose inductance is zero point 0.2 Henry and the frequency of the source is 60 Hertz. So basically we know that inductive reactance is XL is equals to omega L, and we know that omega is 2 pi into frequency. So it's just putting the formula. Pi is 3.14, frequency is how much, 60, and Henry, I mean inductance is zero point 0.2. Okay, so you can see that 60 into zero point 0.2 will become 12, 12 into 2 will become 24 into 3.14. Now 24 3 is 72, so you can see that your answer will be near about 72. So only option that matches is C. All right. In this question, there's a satellite. There are two satellites A and B. A is of mass 200 kg, B is of mass 400 kg, and they are both revolving around the Earth at a height of 600 and 1600 kilometer. So basically, this height is 600 kilometer, and the height of B is 1600 kilometer. Remember that the radius of the Earth is 6400 kilometer. So if I draw a better figure, so let us say this is the Earth. Okay, this is the radius of the Earth. Okay, which is 6400 kilometer. So if I talk about the, let's say, satellite A. So this is the satellite A. Okay, and this height is, okay, this height from the surface of the Earth is how much, 600. So if you talk about the radius of the orbit, so radius of the orbit CA, okay, radius of the orbit will be CA will be the radius of the orbit, and that will be 6400 plus 600. Okay, that means 7000 kilometers. Okay, 7000 kilometers will be the radius of the orbit. Okay, so if you convert this into meters, so this will become 7 into 10 to the power 6 meters. All right. Now we know that time period of rotation, this standard formula is 2 pi into under root of radius of the orbit upon g into m. This is the value of the time period. Okay. Now look, the value of the time period will come out to be 2 pi into, let's do the calculation here. So see, time period of the A will be 2 pi into r cube. Now r cube is how much? 7 cube into 10 to the power 18. Okay, divided by g. G is the gravitation's constant, if you know. So that is 6.67 into 10 to the power minus 11. Now look, 6.67 you can write 20 by 3. Okay, and into 10 to the power minus 11. So g can be written as 20 by 3 into 10 to the power minus 11 into mass of the Earth. Here, m is the mass of the Earth, which is 6 into 10 to the power 24. All right. So this will be the time period of the A. Okay. Now if you do the calculations, look, this, wait, let me change the color. So this 3 will make it 2. Let's check the powers of 10. So before that, this 2 and this 2, okay, will cancel it. So pi will remain outside. Look, 7 cube into 10 to the power 18 divided by, look, 10. This is 10, so that means 1 0. So minus 11 plus 1, so that means minus 10 and 24. So 10 to the power 14 will remain in the denominator. So that means this will make it 10 to the power 4. So 10 to the power 4 will come out of the root, it will become 100 pi. And 7 cube can be written as 7 root 7. Okay. Similarly, for the satellite B, if you talk about, so B was at a height of 1600 kilometers. Okay. That means if you talk about the radius of B, so that will be CB. Look, so C is the center and B is the this. So CB will be the radius of the orbit of B. So that will be is equals to RB is equals to how much? 1600 kilometers, which is the height, plus radius of the Earth. Okay, that means 6400 plus 1600. So that means that will be 8000 kilometers, which will be 8 into 10 to the power 6 meters. Now, if I have to find the time period of B, look, R, so time period of B will be what? 2 pi into 8 cube into 10 to the power 18 divided by gm. Now see, everything is same. Only thing that has happened is key, instead of 7 cube you are getting 8 cube. Rest you can compare, everything is same. You can see. So now if you understand, this 7 cube became 7 root 7. So you can understand that you will get 100 pi as it is, and 8 cube will become 8 root 8. This is what you will get. Okay, and we have to find the value of TB minus TA. So TB minus TA will be what? If you do this minus this, so you can see that 8 root 8 minus 7 root 7 into 100 pi. Okay, now you can do this calculation. Okay, basically you will get option C as the correct answer. Nearly you will get 1219 near about. So basically option C will be the best match. I hope you have understood. All right. this question, for a gas, Cp minus Cv equals to R is given in the state P, and Cp minus Cv is equals to 1 point R is given in the state Q. Tp and Tq are the temperatures in the two different states, P and Q. Then we have to compare the temperatures. Now look, let's write down the data. So in the state P, gas is following this relation, Cp minus Cv is equals to R, right? In the state Q, gas is following the relation Cp minus Cv is equals to 1.1 R. Okay. Now look, one thing is clear, that this gas is not an ideal gas, because Cp minus Cv is equals to R is always true for an ideal gas. All right. So clearly this gas is not an ideal gas. Okay, this is a real gas, right? Now look, at the state Q, the gas is obeying Cp minus Cv is equals to 1.1 R. But in the state P, gas is showing an ideal gas like behavior. Okay, this real gas is showing an ideal gas like behavior. Okay, now you try to recall that a real gas starts showing an ideal gas like behavior when its temperature increases. Okay, so at low pressure and high temperature, the gas shows an ideal gas like behavior, right? Which means that in the state P, since it is showing an ideal gas like behavior, so temperature in the state P must have been more than the temperature in the state Q. All right, so we can clearly say that Tp will be more than Tq. All right, let us see this question, guys, from the vertical gravity. Here there is a particle which is projected vertically upwards with the velocity of 40 meter per second. Find the time at which distance traveled is 3 times the magnitude of the displacement. Look, what is happening here is that suppose here from the ground you have thrown a particle at an initial speed of 40 meter per second. Okay, now we know that it will go till a certain height and then it will fall back. So let us say O is the starting point and L is the landing point. Now of course it will land back at O only, but I'm showing you along the two different lines so that we can see the ascent and descent separately. Okay, it will go in the same line and come back in the same line, of course. Okay, now look, the idea here is that first let us find the height up till which the particle will go. Okay, so you can very well understand that this h is nothing but u square by 2g. All right, that means 40 into 40 upon 2 into gravity, we can take 10. That means this becomes 80 meters. So basically the particle will reach up till a height of 80 meters. All right, now look, what happens is that the question is saying ki time at which distance traveled is 3 times the magnitude of the displacement. Okay, now look, when the particle is going up, then of course distance and displacement are equal. Like for example here, this is the distance and this is also the displacement. So till the highest point during the ascent, the displacement and distance will always be equal. The moment particle starts descent, then we can say that magnitude of displacement. Now look, let's suppose the particle is at the point P. So magnitude of the displacement is this. This is the magnitude of the displacement, yes or no? But the distance is this. Look, distance is this. Okay, distance is the path traveled. That means this situation which is mentioned in the question will happen during the descent. Okay, now look, suppose this is the descent. I mean the particle has descended by the height y, when distance is equals to 3 times the mod of displacement. Okay, now look, basically till the point P, what is the distance? Distance will be h plus y. Okay, so h plus y is the distance, and what is the magnitude of the displacement? So magnitude of the displacement is this. Look, so which is capital H minus y. Okay, capital H minus y. So from here, what do you understand? This will become 3h minus 3y. Okay, so that means 4y will be is equals to 2h. So y becomes h by 2. That means particle must have descended by 40 meters. Particle must have descended by 40 meters. Okay, now question is to find the time at which this will happen. Okay, so look, we can say what will be the time of ascent. That means from going from O till the highest point T, or let's say let's call this point as maybe P or Q, Q, let's say, let's call this. So highest point is Q. So basically what is the time of ascent? So remember the time of ascent we know is u by g. Okay, so that means 40 upon 10. So 4 seconds is the time of ascent. And further, in falling falling through height y, how much time it will take? So for that you can use height fallen. Remember, height fallen is half gt square. Okay, height fallen is half gt square. So height fallen is y here. Okay, height fallen is y. That will be equals to half into gravity into time from q to p. Okay, time from q to p. So that will be t square. So basically this will become 40 is equals to 10 by 2 5 into t square. So t square will be 8. That means t will be 2 root 2. So time to fall from q to p is 2 root 2, whereas time to go from o to q is 4. So total time of motion from O to P is what? Okay, which is our answer. So that will be 4 plus 2 root 2. Okay, 4 plus 2 root 2. 2 root 2 is also called as 8. That means option C will be the correct. All right. Let us see this question, guys. Here what happens. A 2 kg block is attached to a spring for which constant of spring is 200. Block is held at an elongation of 5 centimeter in the spring and then released at time 0. Find the speed of the block when its displacement is half of the amplitude. So look, what is happening here? Let us say, so imagine that, let me extend the ground first. Okay, imagine that till here, wait. Yeah, imagine that till here was the natural length. That means spring is right now in the unextended state. Okay, so we can say that this is the natural length. So I'm calling this as x equals to 0, which is the equilibrium position also. Now imagine that block has been extended till here or pulled till here. So let's say block has been pulled till here. So clearly here, if you see, velocity will be 0 because you are holding this block. Okay, and when you will release this block, so of course because of the spring force, block will start moving towards the left, right? So naturally this becomes the extreme position of the block, and remember at the extreme position velocity is 0 also. So which is why we can say that this is the extreme position of the block, and which means this is the amplitude of the block. So that means the total extension that you have given becomes the amplitude. Hence we can say that amplitude of the motion is 5 centimeter or 0.05 meters. Okay, now when the block will go back, so basically what will happen at this location, let us say x is equals to a by 2. Okay, at this location x is equals to a by 2. Basically we have to find the speed of the block. Okay, so very easy question. So if you remember, this block will perform simple harmonic motion. Okay, in fact you can do this question by energy conservation also, or you can do this question by simple harmonic motion also. So if you remember, block will perform simple harmonic motion. Okay, and the speed versus position relation in the simple harmonic motion is v square is equals to omega square into a square minus x square. So omega of simple harmonic motion in a spring block system, you know, is k by m. So basically this is under root of, I mean, omega is under root k by m. So omega square will become k by m, and that will be a square minus x square. We want the speed at x equals to a by 2, right? We want the speed at x equals to a by 2. So you can put here x equals to a by 2. Okay, that is when you are going to get the speed. So we can say that this will be k by m. The value of the m is 2 kg and k is 200. So k is 200 and m is 2 kg. A square minus a square by 4 is 3a square by 4. So that will be 3 by 4 into a square. So that means 0.05 into 0.05. Okay, so this becomes 100. Okay, 0.05 into 100 becomes 5 into 0.05 into 3 by 4. So basically you can see that this is the value of v square. So v square will be 5.05, you can write 5 by 100. So 5 is 25 into 375 upon 400. So this will become how much? 25 becomes 5 and 400 becomes 20 and root 3. That means root 3 by 4, which means 1.73 by 4. So naturally this value will be how much? 0.4 something. Okay, 0.4 something, because 1.6 by 4 is 0.4. So I hope you would have understood. You can do this question by energy conservation also. I hope you have understood. Thank you so much. In this question, there is a butterfly which is flying with a velocity of 4 root 2 meter per second in the northeast direction. Wind is slowly blowing at 1 meter per second from north towards south, and we have to find the resultant displacement in 3 seconds. Okay, so look, if I draw this as x-axis and this as y-axis, and let us say this is the east direction, this is the north direction, this is the west direction, and this is the south direction. Okay, so here the butterfly is having a velocity of 4 root 2 meter per second in the northeast direction. That means the direction of motion, velocity of the butterfly is this. Okay, velocity of butterfly is this, like 4 root 2. Okay, so that means this angle will be 45 degree, because northeast means exactly the bisector of north and east. That means 45 degree. Okay, so that means imagine that if the wind was not blowing, so this butterfly would have gone in this direction at the speed of 4 root 2. Correct? What is the x component of this velocity? So you can see that it will be 4 root 2 cos 45. Okay, that means effectively it will be 4 meter per second in the x direction, and in the y direction it will be 4 root 2 sine 45, which will be again we can say is 4 meter per second. Okay, so imagine if the wind is not blowing, then velocity in the x direction is 4 and velocity in the y direction is also 4. But there is a wind which is blowing from north to south. That means wind is coming in the north to south direction, which means, you know, butterfly moves 4 meter per second in the north, but wind will pull it back by 1 meter in 1 second in towards, I mean, backside. So we can say that in the y axis, wind the butterfly moves 4 meter in 1 second, but is pulled back by 1 meter due to the wind. So effective y velocity for the butterfly will be 3 meter per second. Okay, and x will remain as it is, as there is no wind in the x-axis. All right. So we can say that effective speed of the butterfly will be under root of 3 square plus 4 square. Okay, and that will be how much? 5. So this is the effective speed of the butterfly, and we can say that displacement of the butterfly will be velocity into time. So time is 3 seconds. That means 15 meter will be the displacement of the butterfly. I hope you have understood. All right. So let's see this question. They're asking from what minimum height h must the system be released when the spring is unstretched so that after perfectly inelastic collision with ground, B may be lifted off the ground. Okay, spring constant is K. So let's understand here what will happen. So initially the spring is unstressed, that means the spring is not applying any force and it is allowed to free fall. So look, 2m is acted just by gravity because the spring will not apply any force, and a will also be acted by gravity. So that means both will have the acceleration g, which means that spring will remain unstressed. Now when the 2m will hit the ground, so 2m will it will not bounce because of the inelastic collision. So we can say that 2m will immediately come to rest, and m will also basically we can say that just before hitting, okay, just before 2m hits the ground, its speed would have been root 2 gh because it has fallen through a distance of h. Similarly, m would have also fallen through the same distance, so m's speed will also be root 2 gh. So if I show you the situation, okay, just before the, let me draw here itself. Okay, so just when 2m has hit, so its speed was root 2 gh, and after hitting, 2m has come to rest, and this is the situation of m. Okay, so m is having a speed of root 2 gh downwards. Okay, and the spring is in natural length, remember, as of now. So this is the natural length, that means till this is the natural length of the spring till here at this level, and the block m is going to go down at the speed of root 2 gh. Okay, this is the speed at which block m will continue moving down. Okay, now look, because of this speed, block will come down and spring will start getting compressed. Okay, spring will start getting compressed. Okay, so what will happen? Spring will get compressed. Let us say till this position block stops. So block will come down, and finally what will happen? The spring force will start dominating over the mg. So basically what will happen? The spring force of which will be in the upward direction will dominate over mg after a while, which is why the block m will retard at some point, and we can say finally its speed will become zero. Let us say till here at this position the speed of the m becomes zero. All right, now what will happen? M will start going up, and let us say finally m, when it stops, let's say, okay, when m it stops, let us say it stops till here. Okay, let's say it stops till here. So you want ki this height, look, this is the extension. Okay, this is the extension in this spring. Finally, so m comes down, stops here, so velocity of the m becomes zero, and then it goes back, and we can say ki, let us say it finally stops here. Okay, so you want ki when the m finally stops here, so 2m could be lifted off. Now look, when the m stops finally here, so we can say that the extension in the spring has become h, because remember this was the natural length. That means the upward spring force, because if the spring is in extension, that means it will be applying an upward force of how much? K into h. If this becomes equals to 2 mg, so on the 2m the upward spring force will be kh. If this becomes equals to 2 mg, then we can say that 2m will be just lifted from the ground. Okay, 2m will be just lifted from the ground. That means what we can say? Acha, one more thing, this is h, so let me change this variable, because if this variable is h, so this should not be h. I mean, this is some other variable, so let me call this as let's say some other variable l maybe. Okay, so that we do not mix up. All right, so I'm changing this variable name. It will be not h, because h is this variable, so let me call this as kl. All right, so yeah, so let's say then m stops after reaching the maximum height. So here the velocity of the m will again become zero. So in this situation 2m will experience a force of 2 mg in the upward direction. So we can say kl should be equals to 2 mg, so l should be 2 mg by k. So that means this block should stop when the extension has at least become 2 mg by k, right? Now look, so as I said, if you track the motion of m, so m goes down, stops, and then comes back. In all this motion, we can say energy remains conserved. Okay, so there are three types of energies: kinetic energy of m, gravitational potential energy of m, and spring potential energy. So at this location, if you see, kinetic energy of m is half into m into u naught square. Okay, plus right now the spring potential energy is zero, so spring potential energy will be zero, And let us say for gravity also, this is the reference point. So I'm assuming this as the reference point. So you can say that here the gravitational potential energy is 0. Okay, that will be is equals to kinetic energy at this point, which has become 0 because m can stop here, plus spring potential energy. So what is the spring potential energy? Half k L square, because spring has gotten an extension of L, plus what? Plus the gravitational potential energy of m, which is mgl. Look, okay, so this is the equation that we will get. Now L value we already know, U naught value we already know, so you can put the value of U naught here. So half into m into U naught square is 2gh, that should be equals to half into k. L is 2mg by k, so if you square it, it will become 4 m square g square by k square plus mgl. All right, so basically L was 2mg by k, so we can put the value of L 2mg by k. All right, so what do we get after calculating this? So you can see this 2 and 2 will get cancelled. M m m gets cancelled. Look, k k, so we have gh left this side. We have 4m, 4 by 2 will become 2, so 2m g square by k plus 2m g square by k. So g will also get cancelled. That means 2mg by k plus 2mg by k, that means h is 4mg by k. So this is the answer. So h will be 4mg by k. I hope you have understood. All right. In this question, there is a small body of mass m which hangs at one end of the string of length a, the other end of which it is fixed. It is given a horizontal velocity u at the lowest position, so that the string would just become slack when it makes an angle of 60 degree with the upward drawn vertical. Find the tension at the lowest point, basically point of projection. So what is happening here? It's a question of vertical circle, as you would have identified. Okay, let's say O is the fixed point, and let's say this length of the string is a. All right, now see, as per the question, we give speed u at this location, and when the string rotates like this, okay, somewhere over here, okay, when the string has reached like this, and this angle is 60 degree, okay, so in this situation the string becomes just slack. What does this mean? That tension has become zero right now. Okay, now look, let us say, imagine the speed v at this location. So clearly the speed v, velocity in this direction, and tension will be zero, okay, because string has become slack. So we have to find the tension at this point. Let's say this tension is T naught. Now look, here mg we know is going to act in the downward direction, and this angle will also be 60 degree. So we can say that the component of mg towards the center of circular motion, which is O, will be mg cos 60. All right, and mg cos 60 will provide the required centripetal force. Hence we can say that this will be equals to mv square by r, which is equals to a, the radius of circular motion is a over here. So you can see that m and m will get cancelled. V square becomes ga into cos 60. That means V square becomes Ag by 2. All right. Now, if I conserve the energy from U till V, so you can say that initial kinetic energy is half mu square. That will be the kinetic energy at this location, which is half mv square, plus the potential energy at this location. Okay. Now, if you see, this is the reference level here, and this is the level at which the particle has reached. So how much height it has gone? So look, this is a height. Okay. And if you look, this angle will be 30 degree, right? So this height is a sine 30. Yes or no? That means this is a by 2. Okay, sine 30 is a by 2. So that means it has gone up by a plus a by 2. That means mg into 3a by 2. All right, this is the total height which the particle has gone from the initial level. Okay, so this is the equation of energy. M will be gone. So if I cancel 2 also, so u square will be is equals to basically v square plus 3ag. All right, and look, ga was what? Sorry, v square was ga by 2. So v square value you can put over here. So this will become ga by 2 plus 3ag. That means u square becomes what? 3.5 ag. Okay, now we can write the force equation at the initial point, the centripetal force equation. So you can see that the net centripetal force is T naught upward minus mg downward. So that means T naught minus mg is equals to u square by radius, right? So u square value we have already found out, 3.5 ag. Okay, 3.5 ag divided by a. So a and a gets cancelled. That means this is 3.5 mg. So the value of T naught will come out to be 4.5 mg. That means option A is correct. All right. So in this question, there's a quarter section which is cut out from a uniform circular disc of radius r. This section has a mass m. So look here, note that this section has been given a mass m. It is made to rotate about the axis perpendicular to its plane and passing through the center of the original disc. Now the moment of inertia about the axis of rotation. So let's first understand what is happening. Imagine that we have a disc. Okay. Imagine that we have a disc. All right. Now this is the center of the disc. Okay. And this is the axis of the disc. All right. Now what happens is that let us imagine that this is a quarter section that you have cut out. Okay. So this quarter section you have cut out. Okay. And this quarter section has a mass m. This means that the disk will have a mass of 4m. Mass of the disk will be 4m. All right, because 4 times the mass of the quarter. Okay. Now look, we have to find the moment of inertia of this quarter about this axis. Okay, this given axis. Now look, idea here is that if I say that this quarter has a moment of inertia I about this given axis, this quarter. So this quarter which is here will also have the same moment of inertia, because you can see by symmetry, or you can also say that mass distribution is exactly identical for both these quarters. Similarly, the remaining two quarters will also have the same moments of inertia. All right, this will also have I, this will also have I, this will also have I, because each quarter is identically distributed about the axis of rotation. So the total moment of inertia of the entire disk, okay, which will be I disk, okay, will be the summation of each quarter, that is 4I. And you know that for an entire disk, the moment of inertia of a disk about the axis of the disk is half into mass of disk into radius of disk square. Now mass of disk was 4m, if you remember. Okay, so that means 4I is how much? Half into 4m into r square. That means the moment of inertia of the quarter will be half mr square. Okay, so that means option A will be the correct. All right. In this question, there is a cylinder which is filled with non-viscous liquid of density d to a height h0, and a hole is made at a height h1 from the bottom of the cylinder. The velocity of the liquid issuing out of the hole. A very easy question. You can see, this is a funny question, because I think all of you would have done that, provided you know the Torricelli's equation. So if you remember, let us say there's a hole which has been created at a height h1 from the bottom. Okay, and let us say the liquid was filled till this height. Okay, so this height was h is equals to h0. Okay, so if you remember the Torricelli's equation tells you the direct value of velocity of efflux. So the liquid will come out with the velocity of efflux, which will be root 2 gh. And what is the value of h? Remember, it is the depth of the hole from the top free surface. So if this is the free surface, so this value is called as h. So in the given question, you can see that h is nothing but h0 minus h1. Okay, so your answer will be 2g h0 minus h1. So option B is correct. All right. In this question, there's a body at 50 degrees Celsius which cools in a surrounding maintained at 30 degrees Celsius. We have to calculate the temperature of the body at which rate of cooling is half that of beginning in the same surrounding. So look, you remember Newton's law of cooling. So Newton's law of cooling, instantaneous form minus dt by dt. Okay, this cooling constant B into instantaneous temperature minus temperature of surrounding. So minus dt by dt is called as rate of cooling. Okay. Now look, so you can see that rate of cooling is proportional to the temperature difference. Yes or no? Temperature difference between the instantaneous temperature of the body and the surrounding temperature. Okay. Now look, the body had an initial temperature of 50 degrees Celsius. Yes or no? That means if I talk about the initial rate of cooling, okay, let's call this rate of cooling as R. So I'm calling this, this value as R. Okay. So initially this value was R0, and this will be equals to B into initial temperature of the body, which is 50, minus the surrounding temperature, which is 30. So we can say that initial rate of cooling was B into 20. Okay. B is a cooling constant, which is a constant for a given object. Okay. Now, question is asking that at what temperature the rate of cooling will become half of this. So let us say when the body has reached the temperature T. Okay. So at the temperature T, the rate of cooling must become half of R0. That means R0 by 2. And we can say that this value will be B into instantaneous temperature T minus T surrounding. Yes or no? Now look, R0 value we know is B into 20. Okay, this value is B into 20. So you can put here. So B into 20 upon 2, that should be equals to B into T minus T surrounding. T surrounding is 30. So you can see that the value of T minus 30 becomes 10. That means the value of T is 40. A very easy question. I hope you would have done this. Thank you so much. In this question, this is cylinder of cross section area A, which contains an ideal monatomic gas. Top of the cylinder is closed by a piston of mass m. Piston is free to move in the vertical direction without any friction. Gas is now heated so that work done by the gas is W. Find the amount of heat added or removed from the system. Let us first try to understand what is happening here. Let's say this is a cylinder in which we have a piston. Okay, we have a piston. Okay, now look, the mass of the piston is m. Mass of the piston is m, and clearly above the piston you will have atmosphere. Okay, so let us say atmospheric pressure is pa. Okay, atmospheric pressure is pa. Okay, now look, here we have gas. Okay, here we have gas. So let us say the gas is having the pressure of pg. Okay, pg means the pressure of the gas. Okay, now look, if you balance the forces on the piston, so piston, so let's say this cross section area is a. Okay, that means piston also has the same cross section area a. So how much force the atmosphere is applying? So atmosphere is applying the force of pressure into the area. Okay, so this is the force applied by the atmosphere in the downward direction, plus the weight of the piston, which is mg. Okay, and that will be balanced by the force of the gas basically. Okay, so what is the force of the gas? Pg into the area. Okay, now if you understand this, even if the piston moves, so if you remember, we assume the quasi-static processes. That means, any process that we are doing is will be a very slow process. That means we can assume piston will always be in equilibrium under the assumption of quasi-static processes, which essentially means, any thermodynamic process that you're carrying out will be very slow. That means piston will be moving very slowly, and hence we can say it is always in equilibrium, which means that, look, if that means net force on the piston will always be zero. So if the net force on the piston is always zero, so we can say that, this value is not going to change, this value is not going to change, which means pressure of gas should also not change. Okay, so what we have proved, in this particular question, pressure of gas remains constant. So even if you are giving the heat to the system, piston will move upward definitely, but its pressure, the gas pressure will remain constant. Okay, that means it's an isobaric process. Okay, now remember, work done, general formula is integral pdv. This is the general formula, but we can say that for an isobaric process, pressure will be constant. So we can say pressure will come out of the integral sign, and integral dv you can write as delta v. Okay, after integration, so work done in an isobaric process becomes p delta v. And again, if you know, pv is equals to nRT, so if I differentiate this, pressure is constant, so basically we can write p delta v is equals to nr delta t. Okay, so p delta v can also be written as nr delta t, and this value is w. So for an isobaric process, work done becomes nr delta t. All right, now we have to find the value of the heat supplied to the gas. So q can be written as ncp delta t. Remember why? Because it's an isobaric process, and for an isobaric process, c becomes cp. For an monatomic gas, the value of cp you might be knowing is what? 5r by 2. That is the value of cp. Okay, and you can see that nr delta t is w. So you can see 5 by 2 into w, that will be the value of the heat given to the gas. I hope you would have understood. All right, in this question, the pitch and the number of divisions on the circular scale of a given screw gauge is 0.5 and 100. When the screw gauge is fully tightened without any object, then the zero of the scale lies 3 divisions below the mean line. That means it's a positive zero error, because if this is the reference line and zero lies below, that means it's a positive zero error. Okay, the reading of the main scale, so basically this is already showing you 3 divisions, so basically it's a positive zero error. Okay, so it's already showing you basically the 3 reading on the circular scale, right? The reading of the main scale and the circular scale of the sheet are 5.5 mm and 48 respectively, and the thickness of the sheet. So look, first let's calculate the least count. Least count will be pitch upon number of circular scale divisions. That will be 0.5 upon 100. That means 0.005 mm. That will be the least count. Okay. Now what is the zero error? So zero error we know is reading on the circular scale, which is 3 into the least count. Okay. So that means this will become 0.015 mm. All right. Now what is the reading? So what is the reading of the main scale? So that is 5.5 and circular scale is 48. So the actual thickness, if you want to calculate, so what will be the actual thickness? That will be reading on the main scale, which is 5.5 mm, plus the reading on the circular scale multiplied by the least count. Okay, this will be the reading. This is the measured value. But from here you have to deduct the zero error. Remember, okay, zero error is always reduced, deducted. So this becomes 5.5. 48 into least count will be 48.005 minus 0.015. Okay, so what does this become? 5.5, and 48 into 0.005 will be how much? 24 into 0.01, that means 0.24 minus 0.015. Okay, so this becomes 5.527, 4 minus 0.5, so this becomes 5.73, sorry, 5, yeah, 5.73, 5, I guess. Okay, 5, no, this will be 2, 5.725. So option C will be the correct answer for this question. I hope you have understood. All right. In this question, there are two materials having the thermal conductivity 3K and K. Thickness is D and 3D. They are joined to form a composite slab. Temperature of the outer slabs are theta 2 and theta 1. So this surface is maintained at theta 2 and this surface is maintained at theta 1, with the theta 2 more than theta 1. So we have to find the temperature of this. So let's call temperature of this junction as theta. Now clearly you can see if theta 2 is more than theta 1, that means heat will flow from theta 2 till theta 1. So heat will flow in this direction. Okay. Clearly we can say that the heat that is flowing from theta 2 till theta will be the same heat that will flow from theta till theta 1. So basically I1 is equals to I2, where this is the heat current in the first case and I2 is the heat current in the second slab. Okay. Now how do you write the heat current? Basically heat current simply means dq by dt. So that you can write as, dq. What is the value of dq by dt? So if you remember, that is conductivity into cross section area into temperature difference. Okay, temperature difference delta T by L. So what is the conductivity of the first slab? So that is 3K into cross section area is A. Okay, into temperature difference is theta 2 minus theta. Okay, always temperature difference should be higher temperature minus lower temperature upon length of this. Now length of this is D if you look. So this is the length, and that should be equals to I2. What is the value of I2? I2 is the heat flowing here. So that will be what? Conductivity, which is K, into cross section area is A. Okay, into temperature difference is theta minus theta 1. Theta minus theta 1, this is the temperature difference upon 3D. Okay, length is 3D. This is the length. So now we can solve for theta very easily from here. You can see KAD. KAD gone. 3 you can bring this side. So 9 theta 2 minus 9 theta will be theta minus theta 1. Okay, so the value of 10 theta comes out to be 9 theta 2 plus theta 1. So theta becomes 9 theta 2 plus theta 1 upon 10. Okay, 9 theta 2 plus theta 1 upon 10. So I think option A matches perfectly. All right. In this question, a certain electronic transition from the quantum level n to the ground state in atomic hydrogen in one or more steps, no line belonging to bracket series is observed. The wave number which may be observed in the Balmer series is. Now look, what is the idea of this question? So let's say the hydrogen atom is in a higher state n. Okay, so definitely it will go back to the ground state. Okay, now it will reach ground state, so it can go by various paths. So for example, let us say n equals to 3, let us say. So transition can happen from 3 to 1 also, and transition can happen from 3 to 2 and then 2 to 1. Similarly, that means all possible paths an atom can explore. Okay, probability wise, all possible path an atom can explore. Okay, now you read this line that no line belonging to bracket series was observed. Okay, that means look, what is bracket? So Lyman, Balmer, Paschen bracket. That means n equals to 4 corresponds to bracket. I'm not talking about this n, I'm talking about that when the transition happens from a higher value to the n equals to 4. That means from higher n to 4. Okay, so if this transition happens, then this will be called as bracket series. Okay, that means if value of n is higher than 4, then this transition is possible. If value of n is higher than 4, for example n is 5, 6, 7, then definitely this transition is possible. Then you will get bracket series also. But question is saying that no line belonging to bracket was observed. That means n could not have been higher than 4. Okay, so that means n was either 4 or 3 basically. So question is saying that what are the possibilities for the Balmer series? So for the possibilities, we will explore the highest possible value of n. That means you will assume highest possible value of n is 4. Okay, so from n equals to 4, you can have directly jumping to n equals to 2, or from n equals to 4 we can the electron can jump first to 3 and then 3 to 1. Okay, and then this will again go back to 1, this will again go back to 1. So idea here is that from n equals to 4, the possibility is that key directly jumping happens to 2, or first to 3 and then 3 to 2. So look, this will be a Balmer transition, because for a Balmer transition final state should be 2, and this will also be a Balmer transition. Okay, so if I talk about this transition, so what will be the lambda? 1 by lambda is, by the way, called as wave number, 1 by lambda. Okay, so they are asking you the value of the wave number only. So using the Rydberg's equation, 1 by lambda will be equals to r into z square. Z square will be 1 because for hydrogen z is 1, into 1 by n1 square, which is basically final. Basically n1 means the final state, which is 2. So 1 by 2 square minus 1 by n2 square. N2 means initial state, so from where it is jumping, so basically 4. Okay, so here what we will get, so you can see that this becomes 1 by 4 minus 1 by 16. So 4 by 16 minus 1 by 16 is 3 by 16, so we can say that 3r by 16. So this is one of the possibilities of the wave number. Second possibility is for this. So 1 by lambda will be equals to r into z square. Z square means 1. Okay, into 1 by, look, again this will be 2 square. Okay, minus 1 by 3 square. Okay, So what will this become? This will become R into 1 by 4 minus 1 by 9. So 9 minus 4 is 5. So 5R by 36. Okay. So 3R by 16 and 5R by 36 will be option C. I hope you have understood. All right. So in this question, in Li2 plus ion, electron in the first Bohr orbit is excited to a level by a radiation of wavelength lambda. When ion gets de-excited to the ground state in all possible ways, a total of 6 spectral lines are observed. What is the value of lambda? So look, what is happening in this question first. Let's say we have a lithium ion. Okay, so you can see lithium 2 plus will have one electron. Okay, now right now this electron was in n equals to 1 state. Okay, electron was in the first Bohr orbit. That means n equals to 1 state. It got a photon of wavelength lambda. That means it gets energy. Okay, it gets energy, so it will excite to a higher state n. Okay, it will excite to a higher state n. All right, now after excitation has happened, so it will de-excite and it will go back to ground state. Now when it go back to ground state, it can go via various possible path, and as I said in the last question as well. So basically when the electron de-excites, or when say atom de-excites, then electron falls back, then the number of different distinct spectral lines that is observed is given by nc2. You might be knowing this. For a group of atoms, we can say that the number of spectral lines which we will get will be nc2. All right, so here what happens, we can say ki this value is given as 6 in this question. Now you definitely know that value of 4c2 is 6. That means n must have been 4. So what does this mean? That lithium was excited to n equals to 4 state from first state. Okay, now let us check the energy of the lithium ion. So look, E1, what is the energy formula by the way? So energy formula is minus 13.6 Z square by N square. All right. So if I talk about the first level energy of the lithium, so that will be minus 13.6. Z will be 3 for lithium, so it will become 9, and N will be 1. So basically, this is the first level energy of the lithium. Okay. And for the fourth level, if I talk about, so energy in the fourth level will be minus 13.6 into Z square by 4 square. That means 16. So what is the energy difference if you see? E4 minus E1. So energy difference between the fourth level and the first level of lithium is this value. So that will be minus 13.6 into 9 by 16 minus of 13.6 into 9. All right. So that means you can see that 13.6 into 9 will be common, and here you will get 1, and here you will get minus 1 by 16. All right. So this becomes 13.6 into 9 into 16 minus 1 is 15 upon 16. This is what we will get. Okay, now look, this is the energy in the electron volt. Okay, this is the energy in the electron volt. So you can cancel this 8 into 2, 8 into 1, and 5 6, so 8 7 are 56. So basically this becomes 1.7 into 15 into 9 is 135, 135 into 1.7 upon 2. Okay, this much electron volt. Now if you remember, the lithium got excited from n equals to 1 to n equals to 4. That means it must have received this much energy. That means the photon is of wavelength lambda, which has this much energy. This photon gave this much energy to the lithium. Okay, let's quickly do this calculation also. So basically, if you see, 17 into 5 is 85. So 8 carry, 17 into 3 is 51, 51 and 8 is 59. So 5 carry, and 17 into 1 is 17 plus 5 22, and because of one decimal you can place like this upon 2. So this becomes 114 approximately. If I talk about, so nearly it is 115 electron volt. You can see this, you can treat like 230. So 230 115 electron volt is the energy of the photon. And now you remember that formula. So if you have to find the wavelength, so for wavelength you can see 1242 upon energy in the electron volt will give you the value of lambda. Okay, so if you do this calculation, 115 will be nearly, you can see it will be very close to 11. Okay, this value will be very close to 11. That means option C. In fact, it will be slightly less than 11. Okay, so option C is the correct answer for this question. I hope you have understood. All right. In this question, there's a plane mirror and a spherical mirror. They are arranged as shown. A point object O is placed between them. Okay, the value of X, so that image formed after two reflections, considering first at any one mirror and the second at the other, coincides with the object itself is. So basically what is happening here, you have got a plane mirror. Okay, and here you have an object. Now you can consider the first reflection at the plane mirror and the second reflection at the concave mirror, or otherwise also, other way around also. But the eventual condition is that the image formed after the second reflection should coincide with the object. All right, so what we will do, look, let's first consider the reflection at the plane mirror. It will keep the thing simple. So if the object is here, so plane mirror, will form the image over here, and this distance will also be X, right? Now look, this image will serve as the object for the concave mirror. Okay, because light will go like this and it will now come back. Okay, and it will strike the concave mirror. So for the concave mirror, we can say that the I1 will act as the object. Okay, so if I use the so that means what do we want? The image formed by the concave mirror, because now the second image is being formed, because concave mirror first image was this, and the concave mirror will be forming the second image, and I1 will behave as the object for the concave mirror. So what I will do, I will do v1 by 1 by v plus 1 by u is equals to 1 by f. This formula I will apply for the concave mirror. Okay, so look, light is going like this on the concave mirror. That means this direction will be positive. Okay, this direction is positive, right? So look, we want image to be formed here. Final image should be formed at this location. So that means, what is the image distance? D minus x. Look, v will become d minus x with a negative sign. Why with a negative sign? Because incident ray is going towards left, whereas this image we want to be formed on the right of the pole. Okay, so d minus x plus u. What is the value of u? So u is this distance. I1 was serving as the object for the concave mirror, so it was d plus x. Okay, d plus x again with a negative sign, because again I1 is kept on the right of the pole, so u will be minus of d plus x, and f is the magnitude of the focal length. We know that for a concave mirror focal length is negative, so you'll put minus f here. Okay, because f is positive, because it is magnitude. Now here plus plus plus, so if you take the LCM here, so d plus x plus d minus x upon d square minus x square will be 1 by f. This will get cancelled. So if you cross multiply, so this will be 2df will be equals to d square minus x square. Hence x square will become d square minus 2df. So x will be under root of d square minus 2df. That means you can take d common, d minus 2f. So option B will be the correct one. All right. A beam of light consisting of wavelength 6000 angstrom and 4500 angstrom is used in wide AC with capital D 1 meter and small d 1 mm. Find the least distance from the central maxima where the bright fringes due to the two wavelengths coincides. So look, let us say this is the screen. Okay, let us say this is the screen and this is the center of the screen. So ideally what do we want is that, look, if you consider this as the first wavelength lambda 1. So the first wavelength will form its own fringe pattern. Okay, and the fringes of the first wavelength will be at a multiple of beta. Basically beta is the fringe width. So if I ask you where is the nth fringe of the lambda 1, so you will say that nth fringe of the lambda 1 is formed at a distance of n into beta 1. Beta 1 is what? Lambda 1 d by d. So basically this is the location of nth fringe or nth maxima, basically, which you want to say. Okay, now similarly the second wavelength lambda 2 will also form its own fringe pattern, and if I ask you where will be the mth maxima of this form, so you will say that will form at m beta 2. Okay, so that means that will be m into lambda 2 capital D by D. Okay, now if you want ki nth maxima of lambda 1, let us say, coincides with the mth maxima of lambda 2, so these two values should be equal. So if I equate them, so you can see capital D and small d will cancel out, and you will get n lambda 1 will be equals to m lambda 2. All right, now look, we wanted the least distance. That means you want n or m to be as less as possible. Okay, now n by m is clearly lambda 2 by lambda 1. Lambda 2 is 4500 and lambda 1 is 6000. So clearly 1500 into 3, 1500 into 4. So we can say that n by m will be 3 by 4. That means the ratio of n by m should be 3 to 4. So look, also remember that n and m are both integers. So if you put m as 1, n will not become an integer, n is becoming 3 by 4. If you put m2, again n will not become integer. If you put m3, again n will not become integer. But if you put m4, then n becomes 3, which means the smallest possible value of m, which makes n integer, is 4. So if you put m as 4, then n becomes 3. So these are the smallest set of integers which will satisfy this equation. Okay, so we can say that now we have found the least distance. So either you can put n equals to 3 in this, or you can put m equals to 4 in this. Both will give you the correct answer. So let me put n equals to 3 in this. Okay, so if I put n equals to 3 in this, so our answer, let's say this distance is y, which is what we want to find. So y will be equals to n, which is 3, lambda 1 is how much? 6000 angstrom. Okay, we have to find the answer in the millimeter, so let's change angstrom to millimeter. So for that you have to multiply with the 10 to the power 7. Okay, from angstrom to millimeter. So divide by into capital D. Capital D is how much? 1 meter, so which is 1000 millimeter, upon small d is 1 millimeter. Okay, so what does this become? You can see that I'm so sorry, this will be minus 7, not 7. From lower unit we are going to higher unit, so this will be minus 7, my bad, so sorry. So look, now what will this become? So you can see that 6 is the 18, and here you have 10 to the power 6, and this is 10 to the power minus 7, so this will become 10 to the power minus 1. That means 1.8 millimeters. Okay, so option C will be the correct answer. I hope you have understood. All right, let us see this question. Plain figures made of thin wires of resistance 50 milliohm per meter are located in a uniform magnetic field perpendicular into the plane of the figures and which decreases at the rate of dB by dt of 0.1 millitesla per second. The current in the inner and outer boundary are. So look, let's talk about the outer boundary first. Okay. So if I ask you what is the flux at any particular instance. Okay. So flux in the outer boundary. So outer boundary is of B. Let me call basically phi B, and inner boundary will be phi A. So phi will be field going inside into the area. Okay, area of the outer boundary will be pi b square. Okay, pi b square. This is the flux. You can say going in. Now, what is the rate of change of flux? D phi b by dt. So d phi b by dt will be, now look, pi b square will be constant into dB by dt. Okay, dB by dt. This is the, you can say, the value of the EMF induced, because we can say EMF induced will be magnitude of d phi b by dt. Okay, so the magnitude of d phi b by dt, if you find out, so you can see that this is pi b square into dB by dt. Okay, dB by dt. This is the magnitude of EMF induced. All right. Now, so look, although dB by dt is negative, we know that, but since we are talking about the magnitude, so we can say that EMF, we will get the magnitude. For the polarity, remember Lenz's law. Lenz's law says that you have to keep your thumb in the direction of decreasing flux. Okay. Now look, magnetic field is decreasing inside. That means you have to keep your thumb within. You have to keep your thumb within. Now see the curling sense of the fingers. So it is clockwise. If you keep your thumb within, then your fingers will be curling clockwise. That means this will be the polarity. This is how the polarity will be. Okay, this is how the polarity will be, and EMF value is this. Okay, now what will be the resistance of this? Because we have to find the current. So what will be the resistance of this? Okay, so resistance will be resistance per unit length, which is this. Okay, so let's call this value as small r for the time, or you can say let's call this as, or okay, no problem, let me call this as resistance of B. RB is the resistance of B. That will be resistance per unit length into the circumference, right? Circumference, which will be 2 pi B. So the idea here is that what is the current flowing in this IB? So current flowing this in this will be total EMF induced magnitude wise upon R into 2 pi B, right? So if you see, what does this value become? Okay, so this becomes pi B square into dB by dt upon R into 2 pi B. Okay, this is what we will get. All right. Now if you see from here, this pi gets cancelled. Okay, this B and this B gets cancelled. So this value becomes B by 2R into dB by dt. Notice one fact, that this current is proportional to the radius. Okay, this current is proportional to the radius, right? dV by dt, and this is the resistance per unit length. So let's calculate this value. So let me do the calculation here. Okay, so IB, current flowing in the B will be, small b is how much? Is 20 centimeters, so you put 0.2. Capital R value was 50 milli ohm per meter. That means 50 into 10 to the power minus 3 ohm per meter. Okay, and dV by dt magnitude we have to put, so it is 0.1 millitesla per second. So that means 0.1 into 10 to the power minus 3 Tesla per second. Okay, so this is the value of IB. Now if you do the calculation, what does this become? So this will cancel out. You can see that this will become 0.2 into 0.1, so 0.02 upon 100. Okay, that means you can see this becomes 2 into 10 to the power minus 4 amperes, and as I said, direction will be clockwise. Okay, direction will be clockwise. Okay, now look, as I said, the current is directly proportional to the radius. Look, now the inner radius is half of the outer radius. Look, A is half of B. Yes or no? A is half of B. So directly we can say that current in the inner boundary or the inner circle will be half of this value. That means it will be directly 10 to the power minus 4 ampere. Okay, because current is proportional to the radius, and direction will also be same. Why? Because in the inner boundary or in the inner circle also, inside going flux was decreasing. So you have to keep your thumb inside, and its curling sense will be clockwise. So answer will be 2 into 10 to the power minus 4. We have to find inner and outer. So inner will be 10 to the power minus 4 and outer will be 2 to the power minus 4. So option A will be the correct answer. All right. In this question, three similar charges of 2 microcoulomb, 3 microcoulomb, and 4 microcoulomb are placed at the vertices A, B, and C, respectively, of the isosceles right-angled triangle ABC, with A as its right vertex. Find the magnitude of the net electrostatic force acting on the charge A if AB equals to AC equals to 3 centimeters. So what is happening here, guys? Let's say we have right isosceles triangle, okay, and A is somewhere over here. Okay, so this is AB and this is AC. Now A is this charge 2 microcoulomb. So here 2 microcoulomb is placed, and let us say here at this C 4 microcoulomb is placed, and at this location 3 microcoulomb is placed. All right. Now look, what is the, so this distance is 3 centimeter, and this distance is also 3 centimeters. So for the time being, let's call this value as A. Okay, or let's call this distance as D. Okay, that means this will also be D. All right. Now look, what is the force applied by B on A? So B will repel A, so A will experience this type of force. Okay, and what is this force? So that will be K into 2 into 3 into micro will become 10 to the power minus 12. Okay, k q1 q2 by distance square, so d square, and this will be in the minus I cap direction. Okay, now C will also repel A, so C will apply the force in the downward direction on A, like this. So that force will be in the Fy direction, and that will be K into 4 into 2. Okay, 4 into 2, that means 8 into micro will become 10 to the power minus 12 upon what, 4 square, sorry 3 square, again my bad, 3 square. Okay, that means d square. Okay, now look, net force we have to find, so that net force you can say will be, now this force is in the minus j cap direction. Okay, and this force was in minus I cap direction. Okay, so net force clearly will be under root of fx square plus fy square. Yes or no? So basically, if you see, the net force will be like 8k 8k into 10 to the power minus 12 upon d square. So this square, okay, plus this will be 3 to the 6, 6k into 10 to the power minus 12 upon d square, this whole square. Okay, so clearly from here you can see that k into 10 to the power minus 12, okay, upon d square will come out as it is, and inside the square root you will have 8 square plus 6 square left. Now 8 square plus 6 square, okay, 8 square plus 6 square will be what, in fact, yeah, 8 square plus 6 square will be what, that will be 64 plus 36, that means it will be 100. Now value of k is 9 into 10 to the power 9, 10 to the power minus 12, 100 will become 10, and d was, remember, 3 centimeters, so this will be 0.03 into 0.03. So if you see, if you check out the powers of 10, so 10 into this will become 10 to the power 10, will make it 10 to the power minus 2. Now if I multiply by 10,000 in the numerator and denominator, so numerator will become 100 and this will become 9, so answer will become 100 Newton. Okay, so option B will be the correct one. All right. In this question, the area of each plate is a successive separations are d, 2t and 3d. We have to find the equivalent separations across A and B. Now look, here the plate 2 and plate 3 have been connected by a wire. So if I call this potential, let us say as V, this potential as X, so this will also be X because they have been joined by a wire. And let's say this potential is 0. 0 you can call anywhere, so let's say this is 0. Now we have to find the capacitance between V and 0. Look, V is connected to A and 0 is connected to B. Okay, so look, I'm choosing 3 points in this space. One is at potential V, one is at potential X, and the last is at potential 0. Now this capacitor, look, V and X was connected between V and X. So I'll connect this capacitor between V and X. Okay, and the distance between this is D. Plates are having a separation of D. So remember, C is epsilon naught A by D. If I call this value as epsilon naught A by D, so this capacitance will become C. This capacitance will become C. Okay, capacitor between 2 and 3 is shorted because it has been connected between the same polarity, so there is no potential difference basically across this. So you can say that this capacitor is shorted, so it will not be of any use. This capacitor is connected between X and 0. Okay, X and 0. And look, what is the capacitance of this? So capacitance of this will be C3 is equals to epsilon naught A by 3D. That means it is nothing but C by 3. So the third capacitor is connected between X and 0. So here you will connect a capacitor of C by 3. Okay, and we were required to find the equivalent capacitance between V and 0. So we can say that these two capacitors are in series. So C equivalent will become C1 C2 divided by C1 plus C2. Right? C1 is how much? C. C2 is C by 3 divided by C1 plus C2 will become 4C by 3. So C by 3 cancels. We get the answer C by 4. Value of C was epsilon naught A by D, and 4 is also present. So your n becomes 4. I hope you have understood. All right. In this question, there is a particle of mass m and charge q, positive charge q, in an electric and magnetic field. Value of electric field is this, magnetic field is this. Charge particle is shifted from the origin to the point x equals to 1, y equals to 1 along a straight path. The magnitude of the total work done by the electromagnetic field is nq. What is the value of n? So very easy question, guys. Look, the charge was initially at origin and now it is at the point A, which is 1, 1. Okay, it is shifted like this by some external agent. Now we have to find the work done by the electrostatic field and magnetic field. Now we know that magnetic field does not do any work, so work done by the magnetic field will be 0. For the electric field, work done by the electrostatic force will be simply electrostatic force into displacement, dot product of electrostatic force and displacement. Now electrostatic force will be Q into E vector, and displacement you can say is I cap plus j cap, right? Displacement is I cap plus j cap. What is the E vector? So E vector is 3 I cap plus 6 j cap. You can see that this is 3 I cap plus 6 j cap. Dot displacement is I cap plus j cap. So what does this value become? Q into 3I dot I will become 3, 6j dot j will become 6. So that will become 9Q. Hence this value of n will be 9. You can't expect an easier question. Very easy question. The center of a wheel rolling on a plain horizontal surface moves with a speed of p naught. the particle on the rim of the wheel at the same level as the center will be moving at a speed of root x v naught. What is the value of x? So look, suppose this is a wheel. Okay, the center of the wheel is rolling purely at a speed of v naught. So basically the speed of the center of mass is v naught. Now choose one particle. Let us say we talk about this particle. So look, basically we can say that this particle has velocity because of the rotation also and because of the translation also. Now let us say since it is since it is rolling purely, so we can say that omega of the wheel will be is equals to what? V naught upon radius. Yes or no? Using the condition of pure rolling. Now, if I come in the center of mass frame, look, if I come in the center of mass frame, then center of mass will be at rest, but the A will be moving in a circular motion. So A will be having an this type of velocity, which will be omega into r, because around about the point C, A is performing a circular motion because of the rotation. Okay. And now, if you come in the ground frame, then you will realize that center of mass is also translating. That means you will have to impose that velocity also. So velocity of A will be due to two reasons. One is rotation, which is omega r, and due to translation, which is v naught. So overall velocity of A is nothing but omega r in the j cap direction and v naught in the I cap direction. So that means if I talk about now, omega r is actually v naught itself. So here you can write v naught j cap plus v naught I cap. So if I take the mod of VA, so this will be clearly root 2 v naught. So x becomes 2. I hope you have understood. See, in this question, the wave disturbance propagating along the positive x direction is given by y is equals to 1 by 1 plus x square at time 0, and this value at time 1. Here x and y are in meters. The shape of wave does not change during the propagation. The velocity of wave will be. Look, here the idea here is that suppose this is a wave which is propagating along the x-axis. Okay, now wave is propagating along the x-axis. Now they have given you the displacement of any particle, but at time 0. So this is the displacement of any particle at time 0. So what does this mean? This means that suppose you want the displacement of x equals to 0, but at time 0. This is true for time 0. So you can put x equals to 0 here. If you want the displacement of x equals to 1 at time 0, you can put x equals to 1 here. So this function gives you the displacement of any particle, but only at time 0. Okay. Similarly, if you want the displacement of any particle at t is equals to 1, then you can use the other function, which is this. Okay. Now look, there's a concept which says that if you know the displacement of any particle at time 0, and the wave is propagating in the x direction, okay, and the wave is propagating in the x direction, let us say with the speed v, then to get the wave equation, okay, so you know that what is wave equation? Fx comma t, okay, Fx comma t, or you can say y, basically y of x comma t, y of x comma t is the wave equation. Then to get the wave equation, what we do, we replace x by x minus vt. Again I will repeat, the concept is that if you know the displacement of the string, basically all the particles at time 0, then to get the wave equation, what you need to do, you need to replace x by x minus vt along the positive direction. Okay, so if I replace this x by x minus vt, so what will you get? This will become x will be replaced by x minus vt. Now this becomes the wave equation. If the wave is going in the positive direction, then we will do this. If the wave suppose was going in the negative direction, suppose, then we would have replaced this by x plus vt. Okay, we would have replaced this by x plus vt, remember. Okay, now that means this is the wave equation. Look, now suppose I want the displacement of all the particles at t is equals to 1. So what I will do, so that means I will put t is equals to 1. So here this equation becomes what? This equation becomes 1 plus x minus v whole square. So I put t equals to 1. That means if I want the displacement of each particle at t equals to 1, then I have just put t equals to 1 here. So this is the displacement of each particle at t equals to 1. But at t equals to 1, we were given this equation. That means this equation and this equation must be identical. Hence, what do you understand? V becomes 2. Directly we can say that V becomes 2. Alright. I hope you have understood. Alright. Two separate wires A and B are stretched by 2 mm and 4 mm respectively when they are subjected to a force of 2 Newton. Assume that both the wires are made up of same material. Radius of wire B is 4 times that of radius of wire A. The length of wire A and B are in the ratio A is to B. Then A by B can be expressed as 1 by x square axis. So what is happening here? Let's say this is the wire A. Okay, this is the wire A and this is the wire B. Alright. So length of the wire A, length of the this is the wire A, this is the wire B. Okay, length of the wire A is L1 and length of the wire B is L2. Okay. Now look, both were applied the force 2 Newton. So both were applied the same force. Okay. Now they are made up of same material. That means Young's modulus will be same. Radius of wire B is 4 times that of A. That means if I call this radius as R, okay, this radius as R, so this will be 4R. Okay. Now you remember that cross-sectional area. Cross-sectional area is pi R square. That means area of cross-section is proportional to the radius square. All right. Now look, that means look, if I call this cross-sectional area as A, then naturally this cross-section area will be 16 times A, because here the radius has become 4 times. and area of cross section is proportional to the radius square. So if radius becomes 4 times, so area must become 16 times, right? Now look, if I apply the Young's modulus equation for the first wire, so force upon cross sectional area will be equals to Young's modulus into elongation, which is 2 mm, okay, 2 mm upon original length, which is L1. This is the force equation for the first Young's modulus equation. Same equation for the wire B will be force upon cross sectional area 16A will be Young's modulus into elongation, which is 4 mm, 4 mm upon the length, which is L2. Okay, and if I take the ratio of this, so you can see that F by A gets cancelled. Young's modulus. This 16 will go in the numerator. Okay, this 2 mm by 4 mm will become half. Okay, and this L2 will go in the numerator, and L1 will be like this. So length of wire A and B. So basically they are asking L1 by L2 is how much? L1 by L2 becomes 1 by 32. Look, and that value was 1 by x. So that means x is 32. I hope you have understood.
This is a question based on organic reactions. Some alkyl halide is given, reaction with magnesium followed by acidification. We need to have a major product, right? So पहले पार्ट में जब RBr का रिएक्शन मैग्नीशियम से होगा तो ब्रिनार्ड रिएजेंट का फॉर्मेशन होगा, राइट? ब्रिनार्ड रिएजेंट का फॉर्मेशन होने के बाद दिस इज MgBr. दिस विल अटैक एट द सेम मॉलिक्यूल, एक और मॉलिक्यूल पे अटैक हो जाएगा इसी ब्रिनार्ड रिएजेंट का, MgBr. ये एक्चुअली दिस इज द अदर वन, अदर रिएक्टेंट, तो यहाँ पे MgBr लिखने की जरूरत नहीं, MgBr का अटैक एक्चुअली यहाँ पे होगा. ऑलराइट, तो यहाँ पे सीधे Br लिखा हुआ है, यानी दूसरा मॉलिक्यूल जो रिएक्टेंट है उस पे अटैक होने जा रहा है, न्यूक्लियोफिलिक एडिशन रिएक्शन, राइट, लाइक दिस. तो यहां से जो कंपाउंड बनने वाला है वो ये बनेगा, देखिए ये इस कार्बन से अटैच हो गया O-, एक मिथाइल यहाँ पे ऑलरेडी लगा हुआ है, देन आपका ये Br हो गया. ओके, एंड नाउ H2O का रिएक्शन कराओगे तो सिंपली आपको O- की जगह H आ जाएगा, O- पे H आ जाएगा और ये OH में कन्वर्ट हो जाएगा. ऑलराइट, सो दिस इज गोइंग टू बी योर फाइनल प्रोडक्ट ऑफ द रिएक्शन. तो इसका जो करेक्ट ऑप्शन है इट इज बी. अब इसमें स्टूडेंट्स को ये कंफ्यूजन हो सकता है कि इसका इंट्रामोलिकुलर अटैक होकर के डी ऑप्शन भी आ सकता था, राइट? बट क्योंकि इंट्रामोलिकुलर अटैक होने में दिक्कत यह है कि यहाँ पे एक 3 मेंबर रिंग बन रही है विच इज अनफेवरेबल. अगर 5 और 6 मेंबर रिंग बनने का चांस होता तो इंट्रामोलिकुलर अटैक होना ज्यादा प्रोबेबल था, राइट? इसलिए इसका बेस्ट आंसर बी होगा. ऑलराइट, statement 1 and 2 are given. We need to identify which one is correct. Sodium hydride can be used as an oxidizing agent. Galat. Sodium hydride is containing H-. H- is a very powerful reducing agent rather than oxidizing agent. ये oxidizing agent नहीं है. The lone pair of electron and nitrogen in pyridine make it basic. ये भी correct है. pyridine के अंदर जो आपका lone pair of nitrogen होता है इसकी वजह से ये basic Lewis base की तरह act करता है. तो 1 is wrong and 2 is going to be a correct one. Statement 1 is true, but statement 1 wrong है. तो statement 1 is false and 2 is true. Therefore, C option is going to be the correct answer of this question. All right. Which of the following is least basic? यहाँ पे 4 बेस दिए हुए हैं, आपको least basic बताना है. यदि मैं पहला ऑप्शन देखता हूं तो इसमें जो नाइट्रोजन का लोन पेयर है इट इज एक्चुअली डिलोकलाइज्ड इन 2 साइड्स विद कार्बोनिल ग्रुप, राइट? इस तरह से दोनों तरफ डिलोकलाइज्ड है. यहाँ पे एक ही तरफ डिलोकलाइज्ड होगा, यहाँ पे डिलोकलाइजेशन नहीं है और यहाँ पे भी नहीं है, राइट? तो इनफैक्ट ये दोनों तो बाकी दोनों से ज्यादा बेसिक होंगे, बट अगर इन दोनों में मैं कंपेयर करूंगा तो ये लीस्ट बेसिक होगा बिकॉज ऑफ मैक्सिमम डिलोकलाइजेशन ऑफ लोन पेयर विद कार्बन ऑक्सीजन डबल बॉन्ड. ऑलराइट, सो योर करेक्ट आंसर इज ए. फाइन. For the following graph, we need to identify the correct graph actually. All right. 1 का ग्राफ रेट और टाइम के का ग्राफ क्या हुआ है, ये जीरो ऑर्डर रिएक्शन है क्योंकि जीरो ऑर्डर में रेट ऑफ रिएक्शन कांस्टेंट रहता है. टी हाफ एंड इनिशियल कॉन्सेंट्रेशन ये भी जीरो ऑर्डर रिएक्शन है. ये फर्स्ट ऑर्डर रिएक्शन है क्योंकि सी, ये जो इक्वेशन होती है सी इक्वल सी नॉट ई रेज टू द पावर माइनस के टी, उसका ग्राफ ऐसे आता है, राइट? कॉन्सेंट्रेशन और टाइम के साथ ग्राफ, कॉन्सेंट्रेशन कांस्टेंट रहने का कोई मतलब नहीं है तो ये किसी के साथ मैच नहीं होगा. एंड 5 इज रेट और कॉन्सेंट्रेशन डायरेक्टली प्रोपोर्शनल है, ये सब फर्स्ट ऑर्डर रिएक्शन में होता है, राइट? सी पावर 1. तो लेट्स चेक कौन कौन से ऑप्शंस में ये बात सही होगी. सेकंड इज जीरो ऑर्डर, ओके, Third and 5 is first order. Third and 5 is first order. Third and 5 is first order. Yes, this is going to be your correct answer. Second 0 है. थर्ड एंड 5 जो है वो फर्स्ट ऑर्डर रिएक्शन है, तो ये बिल्कुल करेक्ट है. 1 एंड 2 आर सेकेंड ऑर्डर, 1 एंड 2 आर सेकेंड ऑर्डर, ये रॉन्ग है. 2 एंड 4 आर सेकेंड ऑर्डर एंड 5 इज फर्स्ट ऑर्डर. 5 फर्स्ट ऑर्डर ठीक है, लेकिन 2 एंड 4 ये दोनों सेकेंड ऑर्डर दिया है, ये भी गलत है. 1 एंड 2 आर थर्ड ऑर्डर एंड थर्ड एंड फर्स्ट 5 फर्स्ट ऑर्डर है, लेकिन बाकी चीजें सही नहीं दी हुई है, राइट. तो इसका जो आंसर होगा वो ए होगा. A solution is 0.1 molar chloride ion and 0.001 molar chromate ion. Solid silver nitrate ऐड करा है. Assuming the addition does not change the volume of solution, आपको बताना है कि इसका प्रेसिपिटेशन पहले होगा. देखो, जब भी हम सिलेक्टिव प्रेसिपिटेशन करते हैं तो जिस एनायन के लिए रिक्वायर्ड Ag प्लस कम होगा उसका प्रेसिपिटेशन पहले स्टार्ट होगा. तो फर्स्ट वी नीड टू फाइंड आउट कि किसके लिए Ag प्लस कम चाहिए या कितना चाहिए, राइट. तो Ag प्लस रिक्वायर्ड to start precipitation of AgCl. Can I write it? Ag plus is equal to Ksp of AgCl divided by chloride ion concentration. Ksp of AgCl given है 1.7 into 10 raised to the power minus 10 and chloride ion concentration है 0.1, so it's 1.7 into 10 raised to the power minus 9 molar. यानी इतना Ag plus डालते ही AgCl का precipitation शुरू हो जाएगा. अब अगर हम बात करें Ag2CrO4 के लिए, तो I can write Ksp of Ag2CrO4 must be equal to Ag plus concentration square into CrO4 2 minus. तो यहां से Ag plus required for starting precipitation of Ag2CrO4 will be Ksp of this divided by chromate ion concentration और उसका स्क्वायर रूट. Ksp दिया है 1.9 into 10 raised to the power minus 12 upon chromate दिया है 10 raised to the power minus 3 दिया हुआ, देखिए स्क्वायर रूट. तो दिस विल बी रफली 1.9 into 10 raised to the power minus 9. ये सर्टेनली इस वैल्यू से तो कम होगा, ज्यादा होगा इनफैक्ट. इसका मतलब ये है कि AgCl का प्रेसिपिटेशन स्टार्ट करने के लिए जो Ag प्लस चाहिए वो कम क्वांटिटी में है, तो AgCl विल स्टार्ट प्रेसिपिटेटिंग फर्स्ट. ऑलराइट, सो D is going to be the correct answer of this question. Beautiful question of selective precipitation. Identify compound D in the following chemical reaction. Okay, पहले रिएक्शन दिया हुआ है HCHO एंड एक एरोमेटिक एल्डिहाइड का, उसके बाद आपका एल्काइल हैलाइड के साथ रिएक्शन है, फिर HI के साथ हीट है. ओके, तो पहली जो रिएक्शन है उसमें हमने पैरामिथॉक्सी बेंजल्डिहाइड लिया एंड फॉर्मल्डिहाइड लिया. तो जब इसकी रिएक्शन बेस से कराएंगे तो क्रॉस्ड कैनिजारो रिएक्शन होगा, और उसमें क्योंकि फॉर्मल्डिहाइड इज मोर रिएक्टिव, तो इसका हो जाएगा ऑक्सीडेशन, एसिड के सॉल्ट में चला जाएगा, और पैरामिथॉक्सी बेंजल्डिहाइड का हो जाएगा रिडक्शन और ये एल्कोहल में चला जाएगा. उसके बाद इसकी रिएक्शन कराई है CH3 CH2Br NaH. H माइनस लेंगे तो यहाँ पे एनायन बन जाएगा. एक्चुअली इस वाला OH जो है O माइनस में कन्वर्ट हो जाएगा. देन आप जब CH3 CH2Br की रिएक्शन कराएंगे तो न्यूक्लियोफिलिक सब्स्टिट्यूशन होकर के यहाँ पे ईथर बन जाएगा OET, और यहाँ पे आपका OMe. ऑलराइट, इसके बाद जब HI के साथ इसको हीट करेंगे तो देखो यहाँ पे SN1 मैकेनिज्म होगा क्योंकि बेंजाइलिक है, तो यहाँ पे आयोडीन और यहाँ पे OH आ जाएगा, और यहाँ पे एक्चुअली Me पे I आएगा और यहाँ पे H आएगा. ऑलराइट, SN2 मैकेनिज्म होगा यहाँ पे. और वैसे भी अगर एरोमेटिक रिंग से OMe लगा हुआ है या OR लगा हुआ है तो उस पे तो OH ही आता है, फिनोलिक कंपाउंड ही बनता है. तो फाइनली आपका कंपाउंड जो बनेगा वो CH2I और यहाँ पे OH. राइट, चेक करते हैं कौन सा ऑप्शन करेक्ट है. ए सही नहीं है, बी करेक्ट है. बी में ऊपर CH2I नीचे OH, ये दोनों आ रहे हैं, तो दिस इज गोइंग टू बी द करेक्ट आंसर ऑफ दिस क्वेश्चन. ऑलराइट, इस क्वेश्चन में दो अमाइड्स दिए हुए हैं. पहले का रिएक्शन KOBr से करा के A बनाया है, दूसरे का रिएक्शन लिथियम एल्यूमिनियम हाइड्राइड से कराया है. तो फर्स्ट तो हॉफमैन ब्रोमोमाइड रिएक्शन है, तो उसमें आपका जो कंपाउंड बनेगा जो CONH2 है ये एक्चुअली NH2 में कन्वर्ट हो जाएगा. हॉफमैन ब्रोमोमाइड रिएक्शन में अमाइड अमीन में कन्वर्ट हो जाता है. सेकेंड केस में लिथियम एल्यूमिनियम हाइड्राइड से रिडक्शन करा रहे हैं. लिथियम एल्यूमिनियम हाइड्राइड CONH2 की जो CO ग्रुप होता है ना उसको सिंपली CH2 में कन्वर्ट कर देता है, तो CH2NH2. तो चेक करते हैं कौन सा ऑप्शन एब्सोल्युटली करेक्ट है यहाँ पे. लेट्स चेक. डी ऑप्शन. डी में देखो A और B दोनों मैच हो रहा है, इसलिए डी इस क्वेश्चन का करेक्ट ऑप्शन हो गया, करेक्ट आंसर हो गया. ऑलराइट, द हाइब्रिडाइजेशन ऑफ एटॉमिक ऑर्बिटल इन द नाइट्रोजन, देखो NO2 माइनस जो है ये कुछ ऐसा होता है, राइट। तो एक यहाँ पे लोन हुआ, लोन पेयर हुआ, sp2 हाइब्रिडाइज्ड हो गया। NO2 प्लस के अंदर प्लस यहाँ पे है, ये sp हाइब्रिडाइज्ड हो गया। और NH4 में एक्चुअली जो नाइट्रोजन है उस पे प्लस चार्ज प्रेजेंट होता है, 4 एटम कनेक्टेड है, sp3। तो sp2 sp and sp3, sp2 sp and sp3, so D answer is going to be the correct one. All right, जब भी हाइब्रिडाइजेशन निकालना होता है सेंट्रल एटम का, तो सेंट्रल एटम से जुड़े हुए जितने एटम्स होते हैं उन्हें काउंट करना है, नंबर ऑफ लोन पेयर्स काउंट करना है। टोटल नंबर विल बी स्टेरिक नंबर, अगर वो 2 आता है sp, 3 आता है sp2, 4 आता है sp3, सो ऑन, इस तरह से करते जाते हैं। ऑलराइट, टू स्टेटमेंट्स आर गिवन। पहला स्टेटमेंट है SO2 एंड H2 बोथ हैव V शेप सिमेट्री, ये बिल्कुल करेक्ट है। SO2 का sp2 हाइब्रिडाइजेशन होता है, एक लोन पेयर है, एंड H2O का 2 लोन पेयर है, sp3 हाइब्रिडाइजेशन है। दोनों केसेस में इन्वर्टेड V शेप या डेंट स्ट्रक्चर आता है, तो ये बिल्कुल करेक्ट स्टेटमेंट है। बॉन्ड एंगल ऑफ SO2 इज लेस, ये गलत है एक्चुअली। SO2 के अंदर एक्चुअली डबल बॉन्ड का रिपल्सन बहुत ज्यादा होता है, तो इसका बॉन्ड एंगल एक्चुअली ज्यादा होना चाहिए एज कंपेयर टू H2O। तो 1 करेक्ट है एंड 2 फॉल्स है, 1 करेक्ट एंड 2 इनकरेक्ट, सो D इज गोइंग टू बी द राइट आंसर ऑफ दिस क्वेश्चन। ऑलराइट, आइडेंटिफाई द रिएजेंट ए एंड कंडीशंस फॉर द रिएक्शन। ओके, तो देखो यहाँ पे एलाइलिक पोजीशन पे हाइड्रोजन लेके आ रहे हैं, तो ए तो नहीं होगा। एलाइलिक पोजीशन पे रेडिकल सब्स्टिट्यूशन रिएक्शन होगी, यहाँ पे आपका इलेक्ट्रोफिलिक एडिशन नहीं हो सकता, तो HCl AlCl3 नहीं होगा। HCl जिंक क्लोराइड भी नहीं होगा, ये लो कॉस्ट एजेंट होता है, ये अल्कोहल के लिए यूज किया जाता है। अगर HCl डाल भी दोगे तो इलेक्ट्रोफिलिक एडिशन हो जाएगा। क्लोरीन इन डार्क में नहीं ले सकते। Chlorine and ultraviolet light, so D must be the correct answer of this question. Alright, light की presence में करेंगे तो selective allylic position पे halogenation हो जाएगा। Okay, so D is the right answer. A reaction of benzonitrile is C6H5Cn, one equivalent of CH3 MgBr। अगर एक equivalent CH3 MgBr followed by hydrolysis करते हैं ना, तो इससे कीटोन बनता है, कीटोन बन गया, एंड बाय हाइड्रोलिसिस प्रोड्यूस येलो, ये कंपाउंड पी हो गया। कंपाउंड पी विल गिव अ पॉजिटिव आइडोफॉर्म टेस्ट। यस, इसमें जो रिक्वायर्ड स्ट्रक्चर होता है आइडोफॉर्म टेस्ट के लिए वो यही तो होता है, CH3CO ग्रुप चाहिए, तो आइडोफॉर्म टेस्ट देगा। सिप्स एल्डिहाइड के लिए होता है, नहीं देगा। निनहाइड्रोजन टेस्ट नहीं देगा, टॉलरेंस टेस्ट नहीं देगा, एल्डिहाइड के लिए होता है। ऑलराइट, सो ए इज गोइंग टू बी योर करेक्ट आंसर। In this question we need to find out water soluble protein। देखो 4 टाइप के प्रोटीन दिए हुए हैं, फाइब्रिन एंड कोलाजन, ये ऐसे प्रोटीन होते हैं जो फाइब्रस प्रोटीन होते हैं, और फाइब्रस प्रोटीन जो होते हैं वो वाटर इनसॉल्युबल होते हैं। जो मायोसिन होता है ये एक्चुअली मसल्स प्रोटीन होता है, और मसल प्रोटीन जो होता है ये भी वाटर इनसॉल्युबल होता है। जो एल्बुमिन होता है, राइट, ये एक्चुअली ग्लोबुलर प्रोटीन की कैटेगरी में आता है, और ग्लोबुलर प्रोटीन जो होता है वो एक्चुअली वाटर सॉल्युबल होता है, क्योंकि उसका जो हाइड्रोफिलिक पोर्शन होता है मॉलिक्यूल का वो आउटर सरफेस पे लाई करता है। तो एल्बुमिन इज द राइट आंसर विच इज अ वाटर सॉल्युबल प्रोटीन। ऑलराइट, कंसिडर द फॉलोइंग रिएक्शन। ये रिएक्शन है जिसका केपी दिया हुआ है, और क्वेश्चन बोला है कि प्योर अमोनिया लिया है और उसको डिसोसिएट होने के लिए छोड़ दिया है। तो जब प्योर अमोनिया का डिसोसिएशन रिएक्शन लिखेंगे तो रिएक्शन कुछ इस तरह से आएगी, हाफ N2 प्लस 3/2 H2। ऑलराइट, और गैसियस। क्वेश्चन में मिला है कि अमोनिया का प्रेशर इज क्वाइट लेस एज कंपेयर टू टोटल प्रेशर, दैट मींस टोटल प्रेशर विल बी द सम ऑफ पार्शियल प्रेशर ऑफ नाइट्रोजन एंड हाइड्रोजन। एंड अगर टोटल प्रेशर P है और जब केवल अमोनिया के डिसोसिएशन से नाइट्रोजन और हाइड्रोजन बनेगा तो इसमें मोल रेशियो 1:3 रहेगा। दैट मींस दिस विल बी 1/4P, इसका पार्शियल प्रेशर 1/4P होगा और इसका 3/4P हो जाएगा। राइट, अब हम अगर Kp लगाएं इस रिएक्शन का Kp, तो इस रिएक्शन का Kp पुराने रिएक्शन का Kp 1/Kp रेज़ टू द पावर हाफ, क्योंकि एक तो पहली रिएक्शन को मैंने 2 से डिवाइड कर दिया है और दूसरा उल्टा कर दिया है। तो न्यू रिएक्शन जो ये वाली बनी, इसका जो Kp होगा दैट विल बी 1/√Kp ऑफ द प्रीवियस रिएक्शन। It can be written as partial pressure of nitrogen raised to the power half partial pressure of hydrogen raised to the power 3 by 2 upon partial pressure of ammonia. Alright, I need to calculate partial pressure of ammonia. तो partial pressure of ammonia हो गया Kp raised to the power half. Partial pressure of nitrogen है 1 by 4 into P raised to the power half. And hydrogen का partial pressure है 3 by 4 P raised to the power 3 by 2. ऑलराइट, अब ये सारा चीज यदि आप कंबाइन करोगे तो यू विल गेट व्हाट? देखो 3 रेज टू द पावर 3 by 2 एक टर्म आ जाएगा, Kp रेज टू द पावर हाफ एक टर्म आ जाएगा एंड P स्क्वायर एक टर्म आ जाएगा डिवाइडेड बाय 16. राइट, दिस इज द टर्म व्हिच वी आर गोइंग टू गेट एज अ पार्शियल प्रेशर ऑफ अमोनिया एट इक्विलिब्रियम. ऑलराइट, सो योर ऑप्शन ए इज एक्चुअली हैविंग दिस पर्टिकुलर टर्म, इसलिए ए इज गोइंग टू बी द करेक्ट आंसर ऑफ दिस क्वेश्चन. ऑलराइट, the common positive oxidation state for an element with atomic number 24. 24 एक्चुअली क्रोमियम का होता है, जिसका इलेक्ट्रॉनिक कंफिगरेशन अगर हम लिखेंगे तो ये बेसिकली आता है 3d54s1. अब अगर इसमें से मैं इलेक्ट्रॉनिक कंफिगरेशन के बेसिस पे ऑक्सीडेशन नंबर निकालना चाहूं तो मोस्ट कॉमन ऑक्सीडेशन स्टेट एक्चुअली क्रोमियम की +3 एंड +6 होती है, बट इट कैन रेंज फ्रॉम +2 to +6. राइट, क्रोमियम का नेट ऑक्सीडेशन नंबर, मतलब जो रेंज ऑफ ऑक्सीडेशन नंबर है वो +2 से लेकर के +6 तक लाई करता है. सो ये थोड़ा इन्फो बेस्ड क्वेश्चन हो गया एक तरह से. ए इज गोइंग टू बी द करेक्ट आंसर ऑफ दिस क्वेश्चन, बट स्टिल क्रोमियम का जो मोस्ट कॉमन ऑक्सीडेशन स्टेट है वो +3 एंड +6 रहता है. ओके, there are two statements in this question and we need to find out कि कौन सा करेक्ट है कौन सा करेक्ट नहीं है, और जो रीजन एज ए स्टेटमेंट है वो बेसिकली असर्शन का करेक्ट एक्सप्लेनेशन है या नहीं है, ये सारी चीजें हमको मार्क करनी है. ठीक है, तो डाइपोल डाइपोल इंटरेक्शन आर द ओनली नॉन कोवेलेंट इंटरेक्शन रिजल्टिंग इन द हाइड्रोजन बॉन्ड फॉर्मेशन. दिस इज रॉन्ग. ओनली डाइपोल डाइपोल इंटरेक्शन इज नॉट द ओनली वे टू फॉर्म अ हाइड्रोजन बॉन्ड. जैसे मान लो F- है और इसका मैंने HF के साथ हाइड्रोजन बॉन्डिंग बना दिया, तो दिस विल बी एन आयन डाइपोल इंटरेक्शन. आयन डाइपोल इंटरेक्शन, राइट, तो ये भी एक तरह का हाइड्रोजन बॉन्ड है. तो इसलिए इट्स नॉट ऑलवेज ट्रू कि डाइपोल डाइपोल इंटरेक्शन ही हाइड्रोजन बॉन्ड बनाता है. तो स्टेटमेंट 1 इज रॉन्ग. फ्लोरीन इज द मोस्ट इलेक्ट्रोनेगेटिव एलिमेंट, करेक्ट है, एंड हाइड्रोजन बॉन्ड इन HF आर सिमेट्रिकल, ये भी करेक्ट है. तो रीजन आर करेक्ट है और ए भी करेक्ट है, बट एक्सप्लेनेशन नहीं है ये, तो इसलिए इसका आंसर होगा ए इज फॉल्स बट आर इज ट्रू. सो डी इज गोइंग टू बी द राइट आंसर ऑफ दिस क्वेश्चन. मैच द फॉलोइंग. दो आपको लिस्ट दिया हुआ है, आपको इनको मैचिंग करना है. जो यहां पे दिया हुआ है ये बेसिकली CFSE दिया हुआ है. CFSE मतलब क्रिस्टल फील्ड स्टेबिलाईजेशन एनर्जी इन टर्म्स ऑफ डेल्टा ओ, ये निकालना है. ऑलराइट, तो ये सारा मतलब 1.2 डेल्टा ओ, -0.6 डेल्टा ओ, 0 या -0.8 डेल्टा ओ, तो ये सारे आपको CFSE दिया हुआ है, कॉम्प्लेक्स के साथ मैच करना है. देखिए जो TI है, पहला कॉम्प्लेक्स की बात करें, TI+2 है. TI+2 इज एक्चुअली 3D2. ऑलराइट, 3D2 में टोटल नंबर ऑफ अनपेयर्ड इलेक्ट्रॉन होंगे 2, टोटल नंबर ऑफ इलेक्ट्रॉन्स होंगे 2, और अगर मैं इनको T2G और EG में अरेंज करूंगा तो T2G के अंदर 2 इलेक्ट्रॉन होंगे और EG में 0 इलेक्ट्रॉन होंगे. आपको पता है कि जो CFSE होता है, अगर मैं पेयरिंग एनर्जी को कंसिडर ना करूं, होता है -0.4 डेल्टा O इंटू N1 प्लस 0.6 डेल्टा O इंटू N2. यहां पे N1 है नंबर ऑफ इलेक्ट्रॉन्स इन T2G ऑर्बिटल एंड N2 है नंबर ऑफ इलेक्ट्रॉन्स इन EG ऑर्बिटल. राइट, तो यहाँ पे टोटल इलेक्ट्रॉन है 2 और वो भी T2G में प्रेजेंट है, तो इसका जो डेल्टा O होगा फर्स्ट वाले का, आई मीन CFSE जो होगा, हो जाएगा -0.4 इंटू 2, दैट इज -0.8 डेल्टा O. राइट, लेट्स चेक किसके साथ मैच कर रहा है, 4 के साथ मैच कर रहा है. तो पहला हो गया 4 के साथ मैचिंग. वेनेडियम +3 फॉर्म में है. वेनेडियम +3 फॉर्म के अंदर एक्चुअली D3 इलेक्ट्रॉनिक कंफिगरेशन होता है, और अगर आप D3 इलेक्ट्रॉनिक कंफिगरेशन लिखोगे तो ये आ जाएगा T2G3 एंड EG0 अगेन. तो यहां से जब आप ये वैल्यू निकालोगे तो -0.4 इंटू 3 हो जाएगा, तो -1.2 डेल्टा O हो गया. तो जो B के लिए मैचिंग होगी वो होगी 1. तो 4 एंड 1 मैच हो रहा है, A में मैच हो रहा है और B में भी मैच हो रहा है. तो डिसाइड करते हैं आगे. मैग्नीज एक्चुअली है यहाँ पर +2 है, +3 है एक्चुअली. तो मैग्नीज +3 इज एक्चुअली 3D4. ऑलराइट, और 3D4 में T2G के अंदर हो जाएंगे 3 इलेक्ट्रॉन और EG के अंदर 1 इलेक्ट्रॉन. तो यहां पे जब आप CFSE निकालोगे तो ये आ जाएगा 3 इंटू माइनस 0.4 प्लस 1 इंटू 0.6 डेल्टा ओ, तो ये हो जाएगा -1.2 प्लस ये -0.6 डेल्टा ओ आ जाएगा, यानी कि इसकी जो मैचिंग होगी वो 2 के साथ होगी। अब आप आयरन की निकालो या ना निकालो कोई फर्क नहीं पड़ता है, वैसे भी आयरन 3 है यहाँ पे, और आयरन 3 के अंदर एक्चुअली क्योंकि D6H2 होता है तो 2-3 इलेक्ट्रॉन निकाल दोगे तो D5 बचेगा, और D5 जो बी फील्ड लिगेंड के साथ होता है तो CFSE 0 हो जाता है, क्योंकि 3 इलेक्ट्रॉन होंगे T2G में और 2 इलेक्ट्रॉन होंगे EG में, तो T2G और EG का जो एनर्जी है वो बराबर हो जाएगा, अपोजिट साइन के साथ, नेट 0 आ जाएगा, तो इसके साथ 3 मैच होगा। So I think answer A is showing all correct matching. So answer A is going to be the final answer of this question. All right. ऑर्गेनिक रिएक्शन दिया है, साइनाइड का हाइड्रोलिसिस कराना है, और हाइड्रोलिसिस अगर कंप्लीट कराते हैं तो कार्बोक्सिलिक एसिड बनता है, हम सबको पता है, बट अगर पार्शियल हाइड्रोलिसिस कराते हैं यानी कि उसका इंटरमीडिएट प्रोडक्ट होगा तो अमाइड होगा। तो साइनाइड का पार्शियल हाइड्रोलिसिस से अमाइड बनेगा और अमाइड का फर्दर हाइड्रोलिसिस से एसिड बनेगा, या फिर ये भी कह सकते हैं कि साइनाइड का कंप्लीट हाइड्रोलिसिस से कार्बोक्सिलिक एसिड बनेगा, यानी जो कंपाउंड ए है आपका, दिस इज गोइंग टू बी अमाइड। सो अमाइड कहां है, ये रहा, डी इज गोइंग टू बी द करेक्ट आंसर ऑफ दिस क्वेश्चन। ऑलराइट, ऑक्सीडेशन स्टेट ऑफ नाइट्रोजन इन द कंपाउंड, देखो नाइट्रिक ऑक्साइड में होगा +2, आप आसानी से निकाल सकते हो, खास बात नहीं है। NO2 में +4, N2O में +1 आएगा और NO3 में +5 आएगा, तो NO3 मैक्सिमम होगा फॉलोड बाय NO2 देन NO देन N2O, यानी कि A ऑप्शन इज गोइंग टू बी द करेक्ट ऑप्शन। दिस इज probably the easiest question of this paper, simple 20-30 सेकंड का क्वेश्चन है, आसानी से कर सकते हैं। ऑलराइट, an unsaturated hydrocarbon X on ozonolysis gives A. Compound A when bound with ammonical silver nitrate from a bright silver mirror, यानी ozonolysis product silver mirror test देता है। अनसैचुरेटेड कंपाउंड कौन सा होगा, देखो अगर इसका ओजोनोलिसिस करेंगे रिडक्टिव ओजोनोलिसिस तो कीटोन बनेगा, और कीटोन सिल्वर मिरर टेस्ट देखा नहीं है, आंसर नहीं आएगा। इसका ओजोनोलिसिस करेंगे तो एक तो फॉर्मेल्डिहाइड बनेगा रिडक्टिव ओजोनोलिसिस में, और एक CH3 CH2 CH2 CHO बनेगा, राइट, दोनों दोनों सिल्वर मिरर टेस्ट देंगे, तो ये आंसर हो गया। इसमें भी अगर आप रिडक्टिव ओजोनोलिसिस करोगे तो डाई कीटो कंपाउंड बनेंगे, तो ये भी सिल्वर मिरर टेस्ट नहीं देगा, और ये भी कीटोन बनाएगा, एक तो आपका साइक्लोप्रोपेनोन और एक आपका एसीटोन, ये दो कंपाउंड होगा इसका ओजोनोलिसिस करने पर, रिडक्टिव ओजोनोलिसिस करने पर, तो ये भी नहीं देगा सिल्वर मिरर टेस्ट। सिल्वर मिरर टेस्ट एक्चुअली या तो एल्डिहाइड देते हैं या अल्फा हाइड्रोक्सी कीटोन्स देते हैं, या फिर फॉर्मिक एसिड भी टेस्ट देता है, बिकॉज फॉर्मिक एसिड इटसेल्फ कंटेन्स सम एल्डिहाइडिक ग्रुप, राइट। तो इसलिए ये 3 क्लास ऑफ कंपाउंड हैं जो सिल्वर मिरर टेस्ट देते हैं, अगर हम सिल्वर मिरर बनने की बात करते हैं तो ये भी नहीं होगा, ये भी नहीं होगा, यानी बी इज गोइंग टू बी द राइट आंसर ऑफ दिस क्वेश्चन। ऑलराइट, in an ideal solution PA naught upon PB naught is given as 7/3, mole fraction of A is 0.25, XA दिया है 0.25, और मैं मान लेता हूं कि PB naught जो है वो 3/7 PA naught हो गया, दैट मीन्स PA naught is greater than PB naught, इसका मतलब ये हुआ कि A ज्यादा वोलेटाइल है एज कंपेयर टू B, ठीक है। How many minimum repeated distillations are required to obtain a small quantity of distillate having mole fraction more than 0.8? देखो जब भी डिस्टिलेशन करते हैं ना तो कहानी क्या होती है, जैसे मान लो ये कंटेनर लिया, इसके अंदर A और B है, इनको डिस्टिल किया, तो इनके जो वेपर फेज में A और B का मोल फ्रैक्शन होगा लाइक YA एंड YB, यही मोल फ्रैक्शन सेकेंड कंटेनर के, ये फर्स्ट कंटेनर, ये सेकेंड कंटेनर, ये थर्ड कंटेनर लिक्विड फेज में आ जाएगा। यानी अगर मैं YA को A मान लूं, YB को B मान लूं, तो यहाँ पे XA हो जाएगा A और XB हो जाएगा B। अब इस वाले कंटेनर में भी आप लिक्विड वेपर इक्विलिब्रियम एस्टेब्लिश करके, अगर मैं यहां मान लूं y डैश a एंड y डैश b इज द मोल फ्रैक्शन ऑफ a एंड b इन वेपर फेज, तो y डैश a को अगर मैं a डैश मान लूं, y डैश b को अगर मैं b डैश मान लूं, तो जब आप इसकी वेपर्स को उठा के कंडेंस करके थर्ड कंटेनर बनाओगे, तो यहाँ पे जो XA होगा, या डैश लगा देता हूं, x डबल डैश a होगा, वो एक्चुअली y डैश a के बराबर होगा, एंड दैट इज इक्वल टू a डैश, एंड सो ऑन। मतलब मैं फर्स्ट कंटेनर की वेपर को उठा के कंडेंस करूंगा, तो वही वेपर जो लिक्विड फेज में जा रही है सेकंड कंटेनर में, तो वेपर फेज में जो मोल फ्रैक्शन होगा वही तो लिक्विड फेज में जाएगा। सेम है, सेकंड कंटेनर के वेपर फेज में जो मोल फ्रैक्शन होगा वही थर्ड कंटेनर के लिक्विड फेज में होगा, एंड सो ऑन। क्योंकि इस पूरी प्रोसेस में हम ये मानते हैं कि जब आप डिस्टिलेट बनाते हो वेपर्स को कंडेंस करके, तो डिस्टिलेट में जब लिक्विड वेपर इक्विलिब्रियम एस्टेब्लिश होता है तो क्वांटिटी ऑफ लिक्विड गोइंग इनटू वेपर इज क्वाइट लेस, इसलिए फर्स्ट कंटेनर की वेपर फेज में जो मोल फ्रैक्शन होगा वही सेकंड कंटेनर की लिक्विड फेज में, एंड सो ऑन। तो हमें इसी कंसेप्ट को फॉलो करते हुए ये निकालना है कि कितने स्टेप ऑफ डिस्टिलेशन अप्लाई करें ताकि मिनिमम मोल फ्रैक्शन 0.8 आ जाए। ठीक है, तो हम क्या करते हैं, कंटेनर ए में, कंटेनर 1 में निकाल लेते हैं वेपर फेज में मोल फ्रैक्शन। तो वाई होता है एक्चुअली एक्स से पी ए नॉट अपॉन एक्स से पी ए नॉट प्लस एक्स बी पी बी नॉट, राइट। यहां पे वैल्यू रख दो आप, 0.25 दिया हुआ है इंटू पी ए नॉट प्लस 0.75 हो जाएगा बी का इंटू पीबी नॉट, और पीबी नॉट में निकाल चुका हूं 3/7 पी ए नॉट अपॉन, एक सेकेंड, इसके अंदर मुझे न्यूमरेटर में थोड़ा चेंज करना पड़ेगा, यस, हाँ, टोटल पे से नीचे लिखना है, तो ये हो जाएगा 0.25 पी ए नॉट प्लस 0.25 पी ए नॉट प्लस 0.75 और 3/7 पी ए नॉट। अब देखो पी ए नॉट तो कैंसिल हो जाएगा, यहां से आपको वाई ए मिलेगा रफली 7/16, तो वाई ए पता चल गया तो वाई बी पता चल जाएगा, इट विल बी 9/16, 1 माइनस वाई ए। अब आप सेकेंड कंटेनर पे आ जाओ, सेकेंड कंटेनर में जो एक्स डैश ए होगा यानी लिक्विड फेज में जो मोल फ्रैक्शन होगा वो फर्स्ट कंटेनर के वेपर फेज के बराबर होगा वाई ए, दैट इज 7/16, तो एक्स डैश बी हो गया 9/16। तो यहां से आप अगेन सेकेंड कंटेनर के वेपर फेज में जो मोल फ्रैक्शन निकालोगे, जिसे मैं वाई डैश ए लिख देता हूं, तो ये होगा एक्स डैश ए पी ए नॉट अपॉन एक्स डैश ए पी ए नॉट प्लस एक्स डैश बी पी बी नॉट, राइट। यहां पे आप सारी वैल्यू जब डाल दोगे ना एक्स डैश ए और एक्स डैश बी का, तो ये एक्चुअली आता है 49/76, तो यहां पे वाई डैश बी हो जाएगा आपका 1 माइनस दैट, तो 7, तो कितना हो जाएगा 1 माइनस वाई डैश से निकाल लेना आप, ठीक है। अब जब आप थर्ड कंटेनर की, अभी 49/76 इज स्टिल 0.8 से कम है, तो दो स्टेप में तो नहीं होगा। अब हम थर्ड स्टेप पे जाते हैं, थर्ड स्टेप में अब मेरा जो थर्ड कंटेनर के अंदर एक्स डबल डैश ए होगा वो होगा वाई डैश ए, और ये आपका आ गया 49/76, तो यहीं से आपको एक्स डबल डैश बी मिल जाएगा, और यहां से जब आप वाई डबल डैश ए निकालोगे ना, अगेन एक्स डबल डैश ए पी ए नॉट अपॉन एक्स डबल डैश ए पी ए नॉट प्लस एक्स डबल डैश बी पी बी नॉट, ये सारी वैल्यू आप रखोगे ना, तो ये रफली 0.8089 आता है, राइट, विच इज स्लाइटली ग्रेटर देन 0.8। इसका मतलब थर्ड स्टेप ऑफ डिस्टिलेशन में मुझे जाकर के जो ए का मोल फ्रैक्शन है वो 0.8 से ज्यादा मिल गया, राइट, यानी कि करेक्ट आंसर इज गोइंग टू बी 3। मिनिमम 3 स्टेप चाहिए ताकि आपका मोल फ्रैक्शन जो है ए कंपोनेंट का मोल फ्रैक्शन 0.8 से ज्यादा हो जाए, ऑलराइट। उसके बाद तो 0.8 से ज्यादा होगा ही, क्योंकि ए ज्यादा वोलेटाइल है, तो हर एक स्टेप ऑफ डिस्टिलेशन में ए का मोल फ्रैक्शन बढ़ेगा, ऑलराइट। गुड क्वेश्चन। 5 मोलर नहीं, क्वेश्चन में गिवन है 5 मिली मोल पर डेसीमीटर क्यूब, यानी एक तरह से मोलैरिटी दिया हुआ है लेकिन मिली मोल पर डेसीमीटर क्यूब के टर्म्स में दिया हुआ है, ओके। कंडक्टेंस दिया है 0.55, यानी कि कंडक्टेंस जी को मैं लिख देता हूं 0.5 मिली साइमंस इंटू 10⁻³ कर दिया एस, और मोलैरिटी कॉन्सेंट्रेशन भी आपको दिया हुआ है कितना, 5 मिली मोल पर डेसीमीटर क्यूब, और इसको मैं लिख सकता हूं 5 इंटू 10⁻³ मोल पर डेसीमीटर क्यूब, राइट। अब इसको ना अगर मैं कन्वर्ट करूं मोल पर मीटर क्यूब में, तो ये आ जाएगा 5 मोल पर मीटर क्यूब में, क्योंकि मैं सारा एसआई यूनिट रखना चाहता हूं, तो ये 5 मोल पर मीटर क्यूब आ जाएगा। एक्चुअली मिली मोल पर डेसीमीटर क्यूब एंड मोल पर मीटर क्यूब सेम होता है, आप कन्वर्जन करके देख सकते हो, ठीक है। तो कॉन्सेंट्रेशन मुझे पता है एसआई यूनिट में, और कंडक्टेंस मुझे पता है। अब मैं स्पेसिफिक कंडक्टेंस निकाल लेता हूं। स्पेसिफिक कंडक्टेंस होगा कंडक्टेंस इनटू सेल कांस्टेंट, राइट। स्पेसिफिक कंडक्टेंस ही निकालना है एक्चुअली। कंडक्टेंस आपको दिया हुआ है, कंडक्टेंस दिया है 0.55 इंटू 10⁻³ सेल कांस्टेंट एल अपॉन ए दिया है 1.3 पर सेंटीमीटर, तो 130 पर मीटर हो गया। यहां से आपको स्पेसिफिक कंडक्टेंस मिल गया, राइट। मुझे निकालना क्या है, मोलर कंडक्टेंस ऑफ दिस सॉल्यूशन। मोलर कंडक्टेंस होता है स्पेसिफिक कंडक्टेंस अपॉन सी। स्पेसिफिक कंडक्टेंस में निकाल दिया 0.55 इंटू 10⁻³ इंटू 130 अपॉन सी आपका 5 आ गया, तो ये आ जाता है 0.0143, और ये जो यूनिट आएगी ये आएगी एक्चुअली साइमन्स मीटर स्क्वायर पर मोल, लेकिन आपको रिप्रेजेंट करना है मिली मोल के टर्म में, तो इसको मैं 1000 से मल्टीप्लाई कर दूंगा, तो ये हो जाएगा आपका 14.3 मिली साइमन्स मीटर स्क्वायर पर मोल, राइट। तो आपका जो करेक्ट आंसर जो भरना है आपको 14.3 भरना है, लेकिन क्योंकि नियरेस्ट इंटीजर में राउंड ऑफ करना है तो आई वुड से कि इसको मैं 14 लिख लूं, तो आपका करेक्ट आंसर जो भरने वाला होगा वो 14 होगा। ओके, तो यहाँ पे थोड़ा यूनिट का खेल है, बाकी तो सारा स्टैंडर्ड फार्मूला है। ऑलराइट, values of left function are given for few metals, आपको बताना है number of metals which can show photoelectric effect when light of wavelength 400 nanometer falls on it। ठीक है, तो आपको लाइट का एनर्जी पता है, तो एनर्जी ऑफ फोटोन इज हाउ मच, इसको इलेक्ट्रॉन वोल्ट में निकाल लेते हैं क्योंकि वर्क फंक्शन भी इलेक्ट्रॉन वोल्ट में दिया है। क्या मैं इसका ये वाला डायरेक्ट फॉर्मूला यूज कर लेता हूं, कर लूं, 12400 अपॉन लैम्डा इन एंगस्ट्रॉम, राइट। तो 12400 एंगस्ट्रॉम में यदि आप लिखेंगे तो 4000 हो जाएगा, तो ये 3.1 इलेक्ट्रॉन वोल्ट आ गया, ये लाइट का एनर्जी है। तो एनी मेटल हैविंग वर्क फंक्शन लेस देन 3.1 इलेक्ट्रॉन वोल्ट विल शो फोटोइलेक्ट्रिक इफेक्ट, तो वर्क फंक्शन शुड बी लेस देन और इक्वल टू एनर्जी ऑफ फोटोन फॉर फोटोइलेक्ट्रिक इफेक्ट, फोटोइलेक्ट्रिक इफेक्ट। तो 3.1 से कौन सी वैल्यू है, लिथियम का है, सोडियम का है, पोटेशियम का है, मैग्नीशियम और कॉपर और सिल्वर का नहीं है। दैट मीन्स टोटल 3 मेटल्स ऐसे होंगे जो फोटो इलेक्ट्रिक इफेक्ट दिखाएंगे इस पर्टिकुलर वेवलेंथ की लाइट को इंसिडेंट करने से। ऑलराइट, तो योर आंसर इज गोइंग टू बी 3। नंबर ऑफ एम्फोटेरिक कंपाउंड्स इन द फॉलोइंग, देखो बेरिलियम का ऑक्साइड और हाइड्रोक्साइड एम्फोटेरिक होता है, बेरिलियम का हाइड्रोक्साइड भी एम्फोटेरिक होता है, ये बेसिक होगा, ये भी बेसिक होगा, तो टोटल नंबर ऑफ एम्फोटेरिक स्पीशीज इज गोइंग टू बी 2, 2 इज गोइंग टू बी द राइट आंसर ऑफ दिस क्वेश्चन। ऑलराइट, रिएक्शन दिया हुआ है, डेल्टा सीपी दिया हुआ है और डेल्टा एच दिया है 27 डिग्री सेंटीग्रेड पे, और आपको बोला है 90% फ्यूल एफिशिएंसी है, इलेक्ट्रिकल एनर्जी कितनी होगी। ओके ओके, ठीक है, तो हम लोग किरचॉफ इक्वेशन यूज कर सकते हैं, डेल्टा H2 माइनस डेल्टा H1 अपॉन T2 माइनस T1 इज इक्वल टू डेल्टा CP, राइट। डेल्टा H2 मुझे चाहिए, डेल्टा H एट 87 मुझे चाहिए, और डेल्टा H एट 27 दिया हुआ है 28.58 डिवाइडेड बाय T2, मैंने डायरेक्टली 87 ले लिया, वैसे तो केल्विन में कन्वर्ट करके लेना होता है, बट जो डिफरेंस आएगा ना केल्विन का टेम्परेचर का और सेंटीग्रेड का टेम्परेचर का डिफरेंस सेम रहेगा, इसलिए मैंने सीधे लिख दिया ये। तो यहां से डेल्टा H की जो वैल्यू आएगी वो आएगी रफली माइनस 26.66 किलो जूल, राइट। और जो फ्यूल एफिशिएंसी है सेल की वो 90% डी है, मतलब 90% एफिशिएंसी डी है। 90% एफिशिएंसी का मतलब ये हुआ कि जो केमिकल एनर्जी है उसका 90% ही इलेक्ट्रिकल एनर्जी में कन्वर्ट हो रहा है, यानी जो एफिशिएंसी होती है डेल्टा जी अपॉन डेल्टा एच इंटू 100, ये होती है एफिशिएंसी। दिस इज गिवन एज 90, तो डेल्टा जी हो जाएगा आपका 90 इंटू डेल्टा एच अपॉन 100, तो आप बस डेल्टा एच की वैल्यू रख दो, मैग्नीट्यूड रख दो चलेगा क्योंकि मैग्नीट्यूड ही बताना है, 26.66 अपॉन 100। इसको जब आप रफली निकालोगे तो करीब 24 आ जाएगा, विच कैन बी रिटन एज 8 इंटू 3, क्योंकि आंसर आपको देना है 3 इंटू ए में, किलोजूल पर मोल, यानी कि आपका जो करेक्ट आंसर भरने वाला हुआ वो 8 हुआ, राइट। तो यू हैव टू राइट 8 इन द बॉक्स। The number of species having square planar shape in the following, मतलब ये जितने भी आयंस या मॉलिक्यूल्स दिए हैं इनमें से कौन कौन से स्क्वायर प्लेनर है। देखो स्क्वायर प्लेनर किस किस वजह से होता है, एक तो ऑक्टाहेड्रल में अगर 2 लोन पेयर आ जाए तो दोनों को एक्सियल पोजीशन में रख के स्क्वायर प्लेनर मिलेगा, या फिर DsP2 हाइब्रिडाइजेशन हो जाए जिसमें ओरिजिनली स्क्वायर प्लेनर ज्योमेट्री बनती है, ठीक है। तो XeF4 जो है ये बेसिकली sp3d2 हाइब्रिडाइजेशन है, यहाँ पे 2 लोन पेयर होंगे जीनोन पे, तो एक तो ये हो गया, ये स्क्वायर प्लेनर बनेगा। SF4 एक्चुअली sp3d होता है और यहाँ पे sp3d में एक लोन पेयर सल्फर पे है, तो ये एक्चुअली सीसॉ स्ट्रक्चर होगा, तो ये आंसर में नहीं आएगा। SiF4 sp3 होता है, टेट्राहेड्रल हो गया। BF4 माइनस sp3 होता है, टेट्राहेड्रल हो गया। Br4 माइनस में ब्रोमीन के 3 लोन, ब्रोमीन के पास कितने लोन पेयर होंगे, तीन इलेक्ट्रॉन तो यूज हो गए और एक तो कोऑर्डिनेट बॉन्ड से बंधा हुआ है, इसका मतलब दो इलेक्ट्रॉन पेयर यहाँ पे रह गए। तो 4 और 2 6, ये भी इसका स्टेट नंबर 6 हो गया। ये भी ऑक्टाहेड्रल इलेक्ट्रॉन पेयर ज्योमेट्री होगा, और क्योंकि दो लोन पेयर है ऑक्टाहेड्रल में, तो ये भी स्क्वायर प्लेनर ज्योमेट्री में आ जाएगा। तो एक आंसर ये हो गया आपका। सी होल 4 2 प्लस एक्चुअली DsP2 हाइब्रिडाइजेशन होता है एक इलेक्ट्रॉन को प्रमोट करके हायर सबसेल में, तो ये भी स्क्वायर प्लेनर हो गया। Fe4 नहीं होगा, ये टेट्राहेड्रल होगा। ये sp3 हाइब्रिडाइजेशन होता है, वीक फील्ड लिगेंड है क्लोराइड, आयरन के साथ चार कोऑर्डिनेटेड कॉम्प्लेक्स में टेट्राहेड्रल बनेगा। PtCl4 ये भी आपका स्क्वायर प्लेनर होगा। हम जानते हैं कि जो 4d5d के मेटल्स होते हैं, प्लेटिनम, इरिडियम, सिल्वर, ये सब इवन वीक फील्ड के साथ भी चार कोऑर्डिनेटेड सिस्टम में स्क्वायर प्लेनर कॉम्प्लेक्स बना लेते हैं। क्यों? क्योंकि इनका जो डेल्टा वैल्यू होता है, क्रिस्टल फील्ड स्प्लिटिंग एनर्जी होती है, बहुत हाई होती है। हाई होती है तो फिर आसानी से इलेक्ट्रॉन का जब फोर्स्ड पेयरिंग होता है तो वो आसानी से हो जाता है, बिकॉज जब इलेक्ट्रॉन Eg से T2G में आता है तो लार्ज अमाउंट ऑफ एनर्जी रिलीज करता है, राइट। तो ज्यादातर 4 कोऑर्डिनेटेड सिस्टम ऑफ 4d एंड 5d आर एक्चुअली स्क्वायर प्लेनर इवन विद अ वीक फील्ड लिगेंड। ठीक है, तो एक ये हो गया। तो टोटल चार ऐसे हो गए, XeF4, BrF4 माइनस, कॉपर टेट्रामीन कॉम्प्लेक्स एंड PtCl4। तो टोटल चार स्पीसीज ऐसे हो गए जिनका स्क्वायर प्लेनर ज्योमेट्री है। ऑलराइट।
Hi everyone, I'm Firoz Khan, Master Teacher of Mathematics here at Vedantu. So in this video, we are going to discuss the mathematics paper which was conducted very recently, right? So see the question on your screen. It is from three-dimension geometry. Two lines are given to you, and the shortest distance between these two lines is given, which is 13. So what will be the possible values of lambda? S is the set of all possible values of lambda. So then you have to find 8 times summation lambda and then absolute value, means 8 times absolute value of sum of all possible values of lambda. So first, what they have given, shortest distance. So see, if I choose a point on the first line, let me call this point as A1 point. A point on the first line is lambda 3 minus 6. Then a point on the second line A2, it is minus lambda 0 and 6. First line is passing through lambda 3 minus 6 and second line is passing through minus lambda 0 6. Now vector along the first line, direction vector of the first line, it is 0 4, and vector along the second line, direction vector, it is 3 minus 4 0. Now if I check A1 minus A2, A1 minus A2, so it is 2 lambda 3 minus 12. Just subtract A1 minus A2, 2 lambda 3 minus 12. And now what is B1 cross B2? B1 cross B2 is I J K 0 4 1 3 minus 4 0. B1 cross B2 is IJK 0 4 1 and 3 minus 4 0. 3 minus 4 0. Let's expand it. So if I expand it, I will get what? 0 plus 4, 4i, 0 plus 4. And then with J, I am getting 0 minus 3, so plus 3j. And with K, I am getting 0 minus 12 minus 12k. So it is 4i plus 3j minus 12k. Now, what is the shortest distance? Shortest distance is A1 minus A2 dot B1 cross B2 over mod B1 cross B2. And of course, its absolute value. And this is given as 13. Now take the dot product of A1 minus A2 with B1 cross B2. Let me check B1 cross B2 once again. Is it right? 0 plus 4, then J 0 minus 3, then K 0 minus 12. Yes. Now what is A1 minus A2 dot B1 cross B2? So I will get mod 2 lambda into 4, 8 lambda. 3 into 3, which is 9. Minus 12 into minus 12, which is 144. Divided by mod of B1 cross B2, which is 16 plus 9, 25, 25 plus 144. So it is 169, which is 13 here. And this is also 13 on the right side. So you are getting 8 lambda plus 153 is plus minus 169 when you remove mod sign. So 8 lambda is what? 8 lambda is plus minus 169 plus minus 169 plus 153. Now they are asking simply summation 8 lambda mod value, right? Summation 8 lambda. The one value is 153 plus 169. Other value is 153 minus 169. So net sum will be basically 153 and 153 means 306. So hence summation 8 lambda is basically 153 plus 153, 206. 169 will be cancelled. One value is 153 plus 169. Other one is 153 minus 169. But actually they are asking the mod value now. It is right. Mod value of summation 8, not summation of mod lambda. Then it is right. 306. My bad. 306. Not 206. So C should be the correct answer here. Okay, see this question. This is from trigonometry. You have to calculate the value of this trigonometric expression. So you can see it is 96 times cos theta, cos 2 theta, cos 4 theta, cos 8 theta, cos 16 theta. So it is 96 times cos theta, cos 2 theta up to cos 16 theta. Theta, 2 theta, 4 theta, 8 theta, 16 theta. Theta I have taken pi by 33. If you use the formula here, so when you multiply cos theta, cos 2 theta, cos 4 theta up to n factors, means n cosines, then product is sine 2 raised to n theta over 2 raised to n sine theta. If you are multiplying n cosines like this, cos theta, cos 2 theta, cos 4 theta, angles are doubling. So sine 2 raised to n theta over 2 raised to n sine theta. In our case, we are multiplying 5 cosines here, so n is 5. So hence it is sine 2 raised to 5 theta over 2 raised to 5 sine theta. Now this is what? 96 times sine 32 theta over 32 sine theta. And you can see that 33 theta is pi. So 32 theta is pi minus theta. And hence sine 32 theta is same as sine pi minus theta. And sine pi minus theta is same as sine theta. Means this sine 32 theta and sine theta, they are same. So cancel. Net value is 3 here. Right? Option D. Okay, see this question. You have to get the minimum value of the function. It is actually based on AMGM, as A is a positive number. And when you multiply these terms, product will be independent of X. Obviously, minimum they are asking in terms of A. So if I apply AMGM here, AM is greater than or equal to GM. So arithmetic mean of these two numbers is A raised to X plus A raised to 1 minus A raised to X divided by 2. This is the arithmetic mean. And geometric mean is under root A raised to X into a raised to 1 minus a raised to x. So ultimately it gives you a raised to x plus a raised to 1 minus a raised to x greater than or equal to 2 times. See, if you multiply inside the root, ultimately inside the root you are getting a only. So it is 2 root a. So hence minimum value will be 2 root a, which is second option, B option, right? See this question. This is from quadratic and a little bit of complex numbers. 1 minus 2 iota is a root of this quadratic. Then you have to get alpha minus beta, and alpha beta are real numbers here. As alpha beta are real numbers, coefficients are real. So hence imaginary roots always occur in conjugate pair. Means if one root is 1 minus 2 iota, so I'm sure that other root will be 1 plus 2 iota. So you can say that the roots of this quadratic are 1 minus 2 iota and 1 plus 2 iota. Now if you take the sum of roots, so sum of roots 1 minus 2 iota plus 1 plus 2 iota, it should be minus alpha. So this gives you alpha is equal to minus 2. And if you take product of roots 1 minus 2 iota, 1 plus 2 iota, so product of roots is c by a beta here. So beta will be 5. And hence alpha minus beta, it is actually minus 7. Means C option is the correct option here, right? Okay, see this question. This is from this question is from differential equations and area. First you have to get the curve, and then you have to find the area bounded by the curve, which x is equal to 0, x is equal to 1 by root 2. So first you have to get the curve. Okay, what is the curve? Then area bounded by the curve, x is equal to 0, x is equal to 1 by root 2 in the upper half plane. Upper half plane means above x-axis. Above x-axis. But before that, I have to get the curve here. And I can rewrite this differential equation like this. This differential equation can be written as dy by dx minus y by x is minus cot y by x. It can be written like this. Just divide the whole equation. Take this dx to the denominator, to the left side. So if you take this dx to the left side, you will get dy by dx, and divide the whole equation by x tan y by x. So you are getting dy by dx, and when you divide by x tan y by x, this term becomes second term. This one becomes y by x on the right. On the left it is minus y by x, and then here x and x cancel. 1 by tan is cot, so minus cot y by x. And you can see that it is a linear it is a homogeneous equation actually. Dy by dx is a function of y by x. Dy by dx is a function of y by x. So you can substitute y is equal to vx. And when you substitute y is equal to vx, so dy by dx becomes v plus x dv by dx. Y by x is obviously v, and then minus cot v. So v disappears. And now you can write it as tan v dv minus dx. Integration of tan v is log secant v minus x plus c. On the right, I will get dx by x, not dx. On the right, actually, I will get dv by tan v dv is minus dx by dx. So it is minus log x. Let's take the constant also as log c. So you are getting secant y by x is equal to c by x. Secant y by x is c by x. Now they have given y half is pi by 6. Means half comma pi by 6 satisfies it. So if I put x is equal to half, y is equal to pi by 6. So on the left side, x half, y pi by 6. So it will be secant pi by 3, which is 2. and here you will get put x is equal to half. So this is also if I put x is equal to half, so it is 2c now. Yes, so c is 1. Hence your curve is secant y by x is equal to 1 by x. Secant y by x is equal to 1 by x. Or you can say cos y by x is equal to x. Hence y will be x cos inverse x. This is the curve. X cos inverse x. Now you have to find the area bounded by the curve x is equal to 0, bounded by the curve x is equal to 0, x is equal to 1 by root 2 in the upper half plane. The area will be what? You are taking the area from x is equal to 0 to x is equal to 1 by root 2. So 0 to 1 by root 2. In the upper half plane means area between the curve and the x-axis. So that will be y dx or x cos inverse x dx. The area of the region bounded by the curve x is equal to 0, x is equal to 1 by root 2 and y is equal to yx in the upper half plane. So simply they are saying the area between the curve and x-axis from 0 to 1 by root 2. Now here you can use integration by parts, taking cos inverse x as the first function and x as the second function. Or you can take cos inverse x as theta also. It's your choice. So if I take cos inverse x as theta, so x will be cos theta. Dx will be minus sine theta d theta. So now this integration can be written as, see, cos inverse x is theta, x is cos theta, and dx is minus sine theta d theta. The limit is what? When x is 0, so theta is pi by 2, cos inverse 0 is pi by 2. And when x is 1 by root 2, the cos inverse 1 by root 2 is pi by 4. So pi by 2 to pi. This can also be written as, let's interchange the limits. So you can write it as pi by 4 to pi by 2 theta. Since you have interchanged the limit, the minus disappears. Sin theta cos theta can be written as half sine 2 theta. So write 2 theta here and half outside. Now just use integration by parts, taking first function theta, second function sine 2 theta. So this is half. First function is theta. Integration of sine 2 theta is minus cos 2 theta by 2. Pi by 4 to pi by 2. Then minus a new integration. Derivative of theta is 1. Integration of sine 2 theta is minus cos 2 theta by 2 d theta. Limit is pi by 4 to pi by 2. Now just substitute the limit here, upper limit, lower limit. And here also integrate cos 2 theta again. The integration of cos 2 theta will be sine 2 theta by 2. So you are getting what? Again 2 can be taken outside, these 2 and these 2. So outside you are getting half. Outside you are getting half. Here you are getting what? When you substitute the limit, upper limit, so you will get pi by 2 with minus sign, in fact, minus pi by 2, and then cos pi. Cos pi is minus 1, so that will become plus actually. Pi by 2, cos pi is minus 1, so that will become plus. And when you put pi by 4, the cos pi by 2 is 0. And here you are getting plus. Integration of cos 2 theta again, sine 2 theta by 2. So you will get half sine 2 theta. Limit is pi by 4 to pi by 2. Minus minus is plus actually here. So now you are getting, and here you will get actually, I've taken 2 outside. So here you will get 1 by 4 actually. I've taken 2 outside. So now I'm getting 1 by 4 pi by 2 plus 1 by 2. Put the upper limit, so sine pi will be 0. Put the lower limit, sine pi by 2 will be 1. So now you are getting 1 by 8 pi minus 1. So 1 by 8 pi minus 1 means C should be the correct answer here. Okay, see this question. This is from ITF. You have to get the number of real roots of this equation. Number of real roots of this equation. Now you can clearly see that this function is defined only when this xx plus 1 is greater than or equal to 0. Quantity inside the root should not be negative. And this x square plus x plus 1, it should be less than or equal to 1. Sin inverse is not defined for the number greater than 1. So this gives you xx plus 1 less than or equal to 0. So you see the first term, which is tan inverse, is defined for xx plus 1 greater than or equal to 0. And the second term, sin inverse, is defined for xx plus 1 less than or equal to 0. And hence your problem is defined only when xx plus 1 is equal to 0. Means your problem is defined at only these 2 points, 0 and minus 1. Your problem is defined only at these 2 points, 0 and minus 1. Now let's check out of these 2 points, which point satisfies the equation. So if I put xx plus 1, 0, so tan inverse 0 will be 0, sin inverse 1 will be pi by 2. So for both these points, tan inverse 0 is 0, sin inverse 1 is pi by 2. The left hand side becomes pi by 2. So that means none of these 2 points satisfy the original equation. And hence the given equation has no solution. So actually this equation has no solution. Number of real root will be 0 here. Option A. See this question. This is from binomial. In this binomial expansion, the fourth term is given as 4480. So what is the value of x if x is a natural number? So if I write the fourth term in this expansion, the fourth term will be what? 7c3 x raised to 7 minus 3 and then x raised to log x with the base 2 whole raised to 3. 7c3 x raised to 7 minus 3 x raised to log x with the base 2 whole raised to 3. And this is equal to what? This is equal to 4480. 7c3 is what? 7c3 is 7 into 6 into 5 over 6. So it is 35 actually. X raised to 4 here. And then I have x raised to 3 times log x with the base 2. It is 4480. Take this 35 to the left side. So what will be 4480 divided by 35? 4480 divided by 35. Take this 35 to the left side. So if I divide by 5, so it is 7 here. Here 8. Then 4 and 8, 48 to 9 and 6. Then it is divided by 7. So it will be 1, 2, 1 to 8 actually. It is. So this becomes, and if I multiply these two x, so I will get x raised to 4 plus 3 log x with the base 2 is equal to 128. It is 128. Now if I take log with the both sides, log with the base 2. If I take log both sides with the base 2, so I will get what? Log x raised to 4 plus 3 log x with the base 2. I'm taking log with the base 2. So on the right side, you will get log 128 with the base 2. Now it can be written as this 4 plus 3 log x with the base 2 taken outside. So 4 plus 3 log x with the base 2. Again log x with the base 2. And on the right side, you will get what? You will get 7. Log 128 with the base 2. It is 7. Now if you substitute this log x with the base 2 as t, so you are getting 3t square plus 4t minus 70. T is what? T is log x with the base 2. T is log x with the base 2. And you can see that one factor is t is equal to 1 satisfies. So one factor is t minus 1. Other factor is 3t plus 7. Just check carefully. If you multiply, you will get 3t square 70 minus. So you are getting two values of t. T is either 1 or minus 7 by 3. Now t is what? Log x with the base 2. So log x with the base 2 is 1 or minus 7 by 3. And hence x will be either 2 raised to 1 or 2 raised to minus 7 by 3. But they have given that x is a natural number. So hence you will take x is equal to 2. 2 raised to minus 7 by 3 is not a natural number. So hence the value of x is 2 here, which is B option. So B option is the correct option here. See this question. This is from circles. And you are given this circle here. This circle neither touches nor cuts any of the coordinate axes. And the point of intersection of these two lines lie inside the circle. Lie inside the circle. If I write this circle in standard form, means if I divide the whole equation by 36, so this circle can be written as x square plus y square. 108 by 36 means 3x. 120 by 36. So it will be what? 20 by 6, 10 by 3 actually. 12 into 10, 12 into 3, y, and then c by 36. So this is your circle, x square plus y square minus 3x plus 10 by 3y plus c by 36, 0. And now it is of the form x square plus y square plus 2gx plus 2fy plus c, 0. In fact, 2gx, 2g is minus 3. So g will be minus 3 by 2. 2fy, 2f is 10 by 3. So f will be 5 by 3. And in place of c, you have capital C by 36. 2gx, 2fy, c. Since circle neither touches nor cuts any of the axes, so g square should be less than c, f square should be less than c. If circle neither touches nor cuts x axis, then g square less than c. Neither touches nor cuts y axis, then f square less than c. And c is what? C by 36, capital C by 36. So it must be greater than g square and it must be greater than f square. G square is 9 by 4. F square is greater than 25 by 9. And out of 9 by 4 and 25 by 9, which one is greater? See, from the first I'm getting C by 36 greater than 9 by 4. And then I'm getting C by 36 greater than 25 by 9. Just cross. So you are getting C greater than 81 and C greater than 100. Obviously, you will take the common of these two. The common of these two is greater than 100. So C will be greater than 100 for sure. Now, they are saying that the point of intersection of these two lines, if I get the point of intersection of these two lines, x minus 2y is equal to 4 and 2x minus y is equal to 5. Get the point of intersection of these two lines. So I think x2 y minus 1 satisfies it. The point of intersection of these two lines is 2 comma minus 1. You can easily find. Just by observation, I can see 2 comma minus 1, it is 4, and 2 comma, yes, it is 5. And this point lies inside the circle. So if I put this point in the circle, so the value should be negative. The value should be negative. Whether I put here or here, it should be negative. So if I put this point in the circle, so I will get 36. I'm putting in the original form only here itself. So 36 into 4, 144. 36 into 1, 36. 108 into 2, 216. 120 into minus 1, minus 120 plus C. It must be less than 0. So you are getting what? 144 and 36. 144 and 36 is what? It is 180. 180 minus 120. 180 minus 120 is 60. So C will be less than 216 minus 60. So hence C is less than 56. 156. No, yes, 156. The C is greater than 100, but less than 156 means, is it 156? 60 and 60. 40, yes, 156. So yes, A is the correct answer here. Okay, see this question. This is from vectors. You are given a triangle ABC here. Let's say this is your triangle ABC. The position vector of A is 4, 7, 8. Position vector of B is 2, 3, 4. Position vector of C is 2, 5, 7. Now they are saying that to find the point where the bisector of angle A meets BC. So let's draw the bisector of angle A. Let's say bisector of angle A meets BC at D. Actually, AD bisects angle A. So what is the coordinates of D? You have to find D here. And you know that if AD bisects angle A, then BD over DC is same as AB over AC. BD over DC is same as AB over AC. So let's find AB here using distance formula. So AB will be what? Under root 4 minus 2, which is 4, 7 minus 3, which is 16, 8 minus 4, which is 16. So it is 6. This AB is 6. Now let's find AC. Distance formula again. 4 minus 2, which is 4, 7 minus 5, which is 4, 8 minus 7, which is 1. So it is 3. So AB over AC means AB is 2AC, is 6 is to 3, 2 is to 1. So hence BD over DC is also 2 is to 1. BD over DC will be same as AB over AC. Now use section formula to get D. So if I use section formula here, so I will get what? 2 into 2, 4, plus 1 into 2, 6. So it is 2 into 2, 4, 1 into 2. So 6 I. 2 into 2, 4, 1 into 2, so 6I, then plus 2 into 5, 10, 1 into 3, so 13J, 2 into 7, 14, 1 into 4, so 18K, divided by 2 plus 1, 3. So this is the position vector of D. Means D point is this point. 6 by 3, 13 by 3, and 18 by 3. Option C is the correct option here. See this question. The locus of the centroid of the triangle formed by any point on the hyperbola and its foci. So basically, you are choosing a point P on the hyperbola, any random point, any variable point. And you are joining this point P to both foci to get a triangle. And then you have to find the locus of the centroid of this triangle. But before getting the locus, I have to get the centroid. And to get the centroid, I have to get the focus. So let's convert this hyperbola in a standard form. So I can write this hyperbola if I take 16 common from x, 16x square and 32x. So I will get x square plus 2x. If I take minus 9 common from minus 9y square and 36y, so I will get y square minus 4y. And take this 164 to the right side. Now it is 16 times x plus 1 whole square minus 1. Then 9 times y minus 2 whole square minus 4. 164. So I'm getting 16 times x plus 1 square. 9 times y minus 2 square is 164 plus 16 minus 36. And this 164 plus 16 is 180 minus 36 to 144. Divide the whole equation by 144. So you are getting x plus 1 whole square by 9. y minus 2 whole square by 16 is equal to. This is our hyperbola. A square is 9 here, b square is 16 here. So if I find its eccentricity is what? Under root a square plus b square by a. A is 3. So 5 by 3 is the eccentricity. And center of this hyperbola, let me call the center of the hyperbola as C, is minus 1 comma 2. And you know that distance between the center and focus, is AE. So AE is what? 3 into 5 by 3, 5. The focus will be at a distance of 5 units from the center. And obviously the axis of the hyperbola is a horizontal line. Since axis is a horizontal line, so when you are moving on a horizontal line, only x coordinate changes, y remains same. When you go on the right, x increases. When you go on the left, x decreases, y remains same. So now I can write the foci. Let's say foci are S1 and S2. So the right focus will be minus 1 plus 5, which is 4 comma 2. And left focus is, let's say, S2 minus 1 minus 5, which is minus 6 comma 2. So these are the two foci of the hyperbola. Minus 1 plus 5, the right focus. The left focus is minus 1 minus 5 minus 6. Y coordinate will remain same. Now I'm choosing a point on the hyperbola. So let's say point on the hyperbola is alpha beta. Alpha beta is any point on the hyperbola. Let's say P alpha beta is any point on the hyperbola. So if I find the centroid of the triangle PS1S2, the centroid will be what? Alpha plus 4 minus 6 by 3, beta plus 2 by 3. This is the centroid. Alpha plus 4 minus 6 by 3, beta plus 2. And since I need the locus of the centroid, so let's say this point is h comma k. To get the locus, I have to relate h and k. So I'm getting what? I'm getting alpha is equal to 3h plus 2. And beta is equal to 3k minus 4. And since this alpha beta lies on the hyperbola, P point is on the hyperbola, so hence alpha beta must satisfy the hyperbola. So you will write 16 alpha square minus 9 beta square. You can write here also. You can put here also instead of putting here. You can put alpha beta here also. Alpha beta lies on the hyperbola. So alpha beta must satisfy it. So you will get what? You will get alpha plus 1 whole square by 9, beta minus 2 whole square by 16 is equal to. Now put the value of alpha beta here. Just put the value of alpha beta. So you will get 16 times alpha plus 1. Alpha plus 1 will be what? 3h minus. In fact, let's keep it as it is only. So it will be what? Alpha plus 1 is 3h plus 3. 3h plus 3. So 3 can be taken common. 9 will be cancelled. So ultimately you will get h plus 1 whole square. Alpha plus 1. So 3h plus 3. 3 taken common. 9 will be cancelled. Now beta minus 2. That is 3k minus 6. 3 will. Beta is right. 3k. So it will be 3k minus 6 whole square. So 3k minus 6 whole square by 16 is equal to 1. So now you are getting what? You are getting 16 times. Now let's replace h by x, k by y to get the locus. The locus will be 16 times x plus 1 whole square minus 3y minus 6 whole square is equal to 16. This is the locus. 16 times x plus 1 whole square minus 3 times 3x minus 6 whole square. So now you are getting what? 16 x square plus 2x plus 1. And then 9y square 2ab 36y plus 36. It is 16. The locus is what? 16x square minus 9y square plus 32x, then plus 36y minus 36, 0. So this is the locus. And I can see B option matches here. So B should be the correct answer. Okay, see this question. This is from continuity. The function is continuous at x is equal to 2. So what will be lambda plus mu? So since the function is continuous at x is equal to 2, the left hand limit, the right hand limit, and actual value at 2 all should be same. So if I take the right hand limit at x is equal to 2, so it is limit x approaching to 2 plus e raised to tan of x minus 2 over x minus integral part of x here, greatest integer function. And since x is slightly greater than 2, x is 2 plus, so this integral part will be 2 only. Actually, this I'm writing wrong here. It is not like that. Actually, it is e raised to tan of x minus 2 over x minus integral part of x. And integral part of x will become 2, so it will be x minus 2. And now you can see that it is tan theta over theta, where theta is approaching to 0. So tan theta over theta is 1. So this limit will be e raised to 1, or you can say e. And you can see that actual value at 2 is mu. Actual value at 2 is mu. So hence, mu must be equal to e. Mu is equal to e. Actual value and right limit should be equal. Now if I check the left hand limit, so on the left side of 2, x is approaching to 2 minus, you have what? Lambda times mod of x minus 2, x minus 3, and the denominator is negative mu times negative of x minus 2, x minus 3. Take minus common here. So negative of x minus 2, x minus 3. And you can see that when x is slightly less than 2, when x is slightly less than 2 means x is, yes, when x is less than 2, so this x minus 2, x minus 3 is a positive number. X minus 2x, when x is less than 2, so x minus 2 is negative, x minus 3 is also negative, so this is a positive number. So you can straight away remove mod, and when you remove mod, so your limit will be minus lambda by mu. Right? And mu is what? Mu is e. So it is minus lambda by e. And since function is continuous, so this left limit should also be equal to right limit. So minus lambda by e must be equal to e. So hence lambda is minus e square. Now they are asking what? They are asking lambda plus mu. So it is minus e square and plus e. So minus e square plus e means C option should be the correct option here. Third option. Okay, see this question. This is from definite integral. Integral is already given to you, alpha times 1 by e, beta times e raised to minus half plus gamma. So what will be alpha plus beta plus gamma? So let's integrate. I have 0 to 10 integral part of sine 2 pi x over e raised to x minus integral part of x. See, sine 2 pi x is a periodic function with period 1. X minus integral part of x, which is a fractional part of x, is also a periodic function with period 1. So you can say that your function is periodic with period 1. It is 0 to 10 actually, not 0 to 1. Sine 2 pi x is a periodic function with period 1. X minus integral part of x, which is fractional part of x, is also a periodic function with period 1. So as a whole, this complete function is periodic with period 1. Hence, I can write this integral as 10 times 0 to 1. Integral part of sine 2 pi x. And see, between 0 and 1, integral part becomes 0. So it is e raised to x only now. Between 0 and 1, integral part is 0. So it is e raised to x. Now see, in the if I take x between 0 and half, if I take x between 0 and half, the angle 2 pi x will be either in the first or second quadrant, 0 to pi. And if I take x half to 1, so then angle 2 pi x will vary between pi and 2 pi. So what I will do, I will break the interval at half. 0 to half, sine 2 pi x lies between 0 and 1. 0 to half, sine 2 pi x lies between 0 and 1. So hence integral part will be 0. So here it is 0, 0 by e raised to x. Let me write complete. Here it will be 0 over e raised to x. Between 0 and half, angle 2 pi x lies between 0 and pi. So sine will be lying between 0 and 1. Hence integral part is 0. At one point, actually, at x is equal to 1 by 4, angle will become pi by 2. Sine pi by 2 is 1. But even if you exclude one point, definite integral is area. Area will not change. So you can exclude that 1.1 by 4. Still area will remain same. And if I take x between half and 1, so now the angle 2 pi x lies between pi and 2 pi, third and fourth quadrant. So sign will be negative. So your integral part will become minus 1. So minus 1 by e raised to x. So now I'm getting what? 10 times minus 10 times half to 1 e raised to minus x. Minus 10 times integration of e raised to minus x is e raised to minus x by minus 1 half to 1. So now it is 10 times e raised to minus 1 minus e raised to minus half. Right? So ultimately you can see that your integral is 10 times e raised to minus 1 minus 10 times e raised to minus half. So that means in place of alpha you are getting 10. In place of beta you are getting minus 10. And no other term, so gamma is 0. And hence alpha plus beta plus gamma is 0 actually. Option A should be the correct option. Okay, see this question. This is from differential equation. 1 plus x square dy is y times x minus y square. y0 is 1. So what? And y2 root 2 is beta. So then you have to pick the correct option here. So see, I can write this differential equation. If I rearrange this differential equation, it can be written as dy by dx. Dy by dx minus x over 1 plus x square y is equal to minus y square over 1 plus x square. It can be written like this. Just divide the whole equation by 1 plus x square dx. So you are getting dy by dx, then minus x over 1 plus x square y, and then minus y square over 1 plus x square. Yes, it's right. And now you can see it is Bernoulli's form actually. Dy by dx plus py is qy raised to n. So what I will do, I will divide the whole equation by y square first. If I divide the whole equation by y square, so I will get y raised to minus 2 dy by dx here, minus y raised to minus 1 x over 1 plus x square, and minus 1 over 1 plus x square. Now what you will do, let's substitute this minus y raised to minus 1 as t. So if you differentiate it, its derivative is minus y raised to minus 2 dy by dx, dt by dx. So now this equation is what? dt by dx plus x over 1 plus x square t minus 1 over 1 plus x. Now it is linear differential equation. dy by dx dy cube. To get its integrating factor is e raised to x over 1 plus x square. If I multiply 2 here and write half here, So numerator is the derivative of denominator. So it will be half e raised to half log 1 plus x square. And which is nothing but under root 1 plus x square. So now I can write the curve, or I can write the solution. Curve is what? T into integrating factor on the left, and on the right q into integrating factor. Q is minus 1 by 1 plus x square into integrating factor. So you will get minus 1 by under root 1 plus x square dx. Now just substitute the value of t here. T is minus 1 by y. T is minus 1 over y. So when you put t is equal to minus 1 over y, minus minus disappears from both sides. So you are getting under root 1 plus x square by y. On the right side, dx over under root 1 plus x square integration is log x plus under root 1 plus x square plus some constant c. Now they have given y0 is 1, means 0 comma 1 satisfies it. Put x is equal to 0, y is equal to 1. Put x is equal to 0, y is equal to 1. So you will get c is equal to c. When I put x is equal to 0, y is equal to 1, left hand side is 1. And this log becomes 0. When you put x0, this log becomes 0, log 1. So c will be 1. Now they are asking what will be y when x is 2 root 2. So if I put x is 2 root 2, so it will be root 5 over y log 2 root 2 plus root 5, or in fact, when I put x 2 root 2, so it's not root 5. It is actually x square will be 8, no? So x square will be 8, so it is 3 actually, 3 over y. 8 plus 1, 9. Log 2 root 2 plus 3, and c is 1. Actually, they are saying that when x is 2 root 2, y is beta. X is 2 root 2, y is beta. So let's put beta in place of y here. In place of y, let's put beta here. And 3 by beta can be written as 3 beta raised to minus 1. 3 beta raised to minus 1. And this 1, it is 3 beta raised to minus 1. And on the right, this 1 can be written as log e. This 1 can be written as log e. So right side can be written as log 3 plus 2 root 2 multiplied e with the base e. It can be written like this, because 1 can be written as log e with the base e. So finally, I'm getting what? I'm getting e raised to 3 beta raised to minus 1 is equal to e times 3 plus 2 root 2. So this should be the correct answer, which is like, I think B option, A option, sorry. A option matches here. Okay, see this question. This is from complex numbers. In fact, seems to be coordinate geometry. Seems to be question of quadratic equation. Seems to be a question of quadratic equation, but actually it is complex numbers question. Solution is based on complex numbers. So alpha beta are the roots of this equation. So let's find the roots first. Alpha beta using quadratic formula, minus b plus minus under root b square 4ac. B square will be 6 only. So minus b plus minus under root b square minus 4ac by 2a. So it is minus root 6 plus minus root 6 iota. So let's say alpha is minus root 6 plus root 6 iota, and beta is minus root 6 minus root 6 iota. Alpha is minus root 6 plus root 6 iota, and beta is minus root 6 minus root 6 iota. Now if you check the modulus of alpha, obviously modulus of alpha and modulus of beta both will be same. That will be under root 6 plus 6. Root 12 means 2 root 3. And if I check argument of alpha, principal argument, So it lies in the second quadrant, -1. So it is argument is -1 plus iota actually. So 3 pi by 4. Argument of alpha is 3 pi by 4. It lies in the second quadrant. So I can write alpha in Euler's form. In Euler's form, it can be written as 2 root 2 e raised to iota 3 pi by 4. Alpha can be written like this. And beta is its conjugate. So it is 2 root 2 e raised to minus iota 3 pi by 4. So alpha is 2 root 2 e raised to iota 3 pi by 4. Beta is 2 root 2 e raised to minus iota 3 pi by 4. And now let's calculate all these values. Alpha raised to 23 plus beta raised to 23. Then alpha raised to 14 plus beta raised to 14. I have to calculate all these values here. So let's calculate alpha raised to 23 plus beta raised to 23. So if I put the values of alpha beta here, so 2 root 2 raised to 23 will be common, and you will get e raised to iota 69 pi by 4 plus e raised to minus iota 69 pi by 4. Right? 2 root 2 is what? 2 root 2 raised to 23. 2 root 2 is 2 raised to 3 by 2. 2 raised to the, okay, let's keep it as it is. 2 root 2 raised to 23. Now e raised to iota 69 pi by 4 plus e raised to minus iota 69 pi by 4. It is 2 cos 69 pi by 4. 2 cos 69 pi by 4. And 69 pi by 4, let me show you here. 69 is 68. So it can be written as, in fact, 69 pi by 4 is what? It is 18 pi minus 3 pi by 4. 18 pi minus 3 pi by 4. So it is same as minus 3 pi by 4. So you can write it as 2 root 2 raised to 23. And then, in fact, can I simplify in any other way? If I take alpha raised to 14 common, 12 raised to 9 plus 1, 15 and 10, 5. No, I have to calculate the values. So it is 2 cos 69 pi by 4 is same as minus 3 pi by 4 because 18 pi is even multiple of pi, effectively 0. So it is 2 cos minus 3 pi by 4. Now it is 2 root 2 raised to 23 2 times cos of minus 3 pi by 4 is same as cos of 3 pi by 4, which is 1 by root 2, which is the same as 1 by root 2. So ultimately you are getting what? Ultimately you are getting here root 2 into 2 root 2 raised to 23. This is alpha raised to 23 plus beta raised to 23. And similarly, you have to get all the values. Alpha raised to 14 plus beta raised to 14. So let me write directly now. Alpha raised to 14 plus beta raised to 14. This will be 2 root 2 raised to 14. Then 2 cos e raised to iota. Alpha is what? It is 3 pi by 4. No? So multiplied by 14 to 42 pi by 4. Sorry. 2 cos 42 pi by 4. So it is 2 cos 42 multiplied by 14. So actually it is just 3 pi into 14. So 42 pi by 14. So ultimately this angle is 21 pi by 2. This angle is 21 pi by 2, odd multiple of pi by 2. So cos will become 0. This will become 0 actually. Now let's find alpha raised to 15 plus beta raised to 15. So this will be 2 root 2 raised to 15. 2 cos 45 pi by 4. 2 cos 45 pi by 4. And 45 pi by 4 is same. 45 pi by 4 is 48 means 12 pi minus 3 pi by 4. 12 pi effectively disappears. The same thing I will get here. In fact, here I have written something wrong. In alpha raised to 23 plus beta raised to 23. Cos 3 pi by 4 will be not 1 by root 2. Actually, it will be minus 1 by root 2 here. Minus sign. It is minus sign here. And here also same thing. Cos of minus 3 pi by 4. The same thing I will get here. Here also I am getting minus root 2 times 2 root 2 raised to 15. And finally, if I check the value of alpha raised to 10 plus beta raised to 10. Alpha raised to 10 plus beta raised to 10. So this is 2 root 2 raised to 10. Then 2 cos 30 pi by 4. And this is 15 pi by 2. Odd multiple of pi by 2, this one will be 0. And hence your required value is what? Your required value is alpha raised to 23 plus beta raised to 23, that is minus root 2, 2 root 2 raised to 23. Alpha raised to 14 plus beta raised to 14, that is 0. Alpha raised to 15 plus beta raised to 15 minus root 2, 2 root 2 raised to 15. Alpha raised to 10 plus beta raised to 10, it is 0. Now minus root 2 cancels, so you are left with 2 root 2 raised to 23 minus 15, 8. So it is 2 root 2 raised to 8. Not getting correct answer. I'm getting a completely different type of answer. Why? Oh, yes. Modulus. Mod alpha mod beta actually is root 6 plus root 6, 2 root 12. Root 12 is not 2 root 2. It is actually 2 root 3. But still, if I get 2 root 3, how will I get these values? And argument is what? Am I getting the correct root? Let me check the root first. Minus root 6 minus b plus minus under root b square is 6, 4ac. Oh, I forgot to divide by 2 here. My bad. Everything from initial to final, I've made mistake here. Actually, I forgot to divide by 2 here. This was divided by 2 now here. Anyhow, if I divide by 2, so it will be divided by 2 here. It will be divided by 2 here. So now if I check the modulus, the mod alpha mod beta will be it will be actually root 12 by 2. Root 12 by 2 is root 3 actually. Root 3 here. So now mod alpha mod beta is root 3. So in place of 2 root 2 everywhere, in place of this 2 root 2 everywhere, I have to write root 3 everywhere. Whenever I'm writing root 2 root 2, that should be root 3. Everywhere. So now it will be what? It will be here root 3. Root 3. Root 3. Root 3. Root 3. Here also root 3. Here also root 3. Root 3. Here also root 3. Root 3. So now I'm getting what? I'm getting root 3 raised to 8. And root 3 raised to 8 is 3 raised to 4. So it should be 81. Means 81 should be the correct answer here. My bad, I did a lot of mistake here. Okay, let fx be a differentiable function at x is equal to a. F dash a is 2, f a is 4. You have to get this limit. So you can clearly say this limit is of the form 0 by 0. So you can use L'Hopital rule here. And if I use L'Hopital rule here, so I will get fa minus af dash x, means I'm just differentiating numerator and denominator with respect to x. 1 minus 0. Fa is 4, a, f dash a is 2. So hence your limit is 4 minus 2a. Very easy option. See this question. Theta belongs to minus pi to pi, and this system of linear equations gives you non-trivial solutions. System gives you non-trivial solutions. So what will be summation theta? Means all possible values of theta, sum of all possible values of theta multiplied with 120 by pi. So since the system gives you non-trivial solution, so means the determinant formed by coefficient should be 0. In the first row I will take 1, 1, 3. In the second row I will take minus 1, tan theta root 7. And in the third row I will take 1, 1, tan theta. This determinant should be 0. Now if I add, it is 1 1 root 3, right? Then minus 1 tan theta root 7, then 1 1 tan theta. So if I add first and okay, let's subtract. Now let's subtract second row. From the second row, subtract the second column actually. From the second column, subtract the first column. So I'm leaving this first one as it is, 1, minus 1, 1. Here I will get 0. Here I will get tan theta plus 1, 0. And keep this third one also same, root 3, root 7, tan theta. And in the second column, you have two zeros. So if I expand this determinant, using the second column, so I will get tan theta plus 1. This one and this one disappears. So tan theta minus root 3. So you are getting this. See, means two possibilities. Tan theta is minus 1 or tan theta is root 3. Tan theta is minus 1 or tan theta is root 3. So if tan theta is minus 1, so between minus pi and pi, tan theta will be minus 1 at minus pi by 4 and 3 pi by 4. And tan theta root 3. Tan theta root 3 will be where? Root 3 will be pi by 3. And one more, in fact, minus 2 pi by 3. Actually, tan 2 pi by 3 is minus root 3. So tan of minus 2 pi by 3 will be plus root 3. Now they are saying take sigma theta. Sigma theta means take the sum. So 3 pi by 4 minus pi by 4, it is 2 pi by 4 means pi by 2. And then pi by 3 minus 2 pi by 3, it is minus pi by 3. So this sum is basically pi by 6. And now if I multiply it with 1 by 20 pi, so it is pi by 6 multiplied with 120 over pi. So hence it is 20. So 20 should be the correct answer, which is option D. See this question. They are saying that sum of all the 4-digit distinct numbers that can be found with the digits 1, 2, 2, and 3. So what I will do in this type of question, what you will do in fact, you first get the sum of digits at unit place. And whatever is the sum of digit at unit place, same sum you will get at the 10th place, at the 100th place, and at the 1000th place. And then your required sum will be unit place, sum of the digits at unit place multiplied by 1 means multiply with face value and add. Sorry, multiply with place value and add means sum of the digits at unit place will be multiplied with 1. Sum of digit at 10th place will be multiplied with 10. Sum of digit at 100th place will be multiplied by 100, then 1000 and add. So basically, just check what will be the sum of digit, what will be the sum of digit at unit place. So just check how many times 1 occur at the unit place. So if I fix 1 at the unit place, if I fix 1 at the unit place, so remaining 2 to 3 digits, remaining digits 2, 2 and 3 can be arranged in 3 ways. 2, 2 and 3 can be arranged in 3 ways. So 1 occurs at unit place 3 times. Similarly, I will check how many times 3 occurs. So 3 also occurs 3 times. How many times 2 occurs at unit place? So if I fix 2 at the unit place, so remaining 3 digit 1, 2 and 3 can be arranged in 3 factorial ways, means 6 ways. So what will be sum of digits at unit place? Sum of digits at unit place. So at unit place, 1 is 3 times. So sum will be 1 into 3, 1 plus 1 plus 1. 3 is also 3 times. So sum will be 3 plus 3 plus 3, 3 into 3. 2 is 6 times. So 2 into 6. So this is 3 plus 9 plus 12. So it is 24. The sum of digits at unit place is 24. So hence sum of the digit at 10th place, 100th place, 1000th place at each place is 24. So hence your required sum will be basically, your required sum is 24 into 1 plus 24 into 10 plus 24 into 100 plus 24 into 1000. This is your required sum. And it is nothing but 24 into 1111. 24 into 1111. And just multiply, you will get your answer. So when you multiply 24 with 1111, so your answer will be, I think, option D, which is 26664. 26664. Okay, see this question. This is from relations and matrices. Relations and matrices both are involved here. So they are saying that we are defining a relation R over a class of n by n real matrices. Means you are defining a relation R over a set of n by n real matrices. And matrices A and B are related. A and B are related only when there exists a non-similar matrix P such that P A P inverse is B. Means if there exists a non-similar matrix P such that P A P inverse is equal to B, so then we say that A and B are related. Then we say that A and B are related. So then you have to check which type of relation is this. So first, let's check whether it is reflexive or not. So let's check whether it is reflexive or not. So for reflexive, every matrix A should be related with itself. That means P A P inverse should be equal to A itself. If there exists a matrix P such that P A P inverse is equal to A, so then I will say that the matrix is reflexive. And obviously, P A P inverse is equal to A. It is satisfied if I take P is equal to I. So obviously, it is satisfied if P is equal to I. So there exists a matrix P which is equal to I such that P A P inverse is equal to A for all matrices A. So hence relation is reflexive for sure. Now let's check whether it is symmetric or not. So for symmetry, if A is related with B, then B should also be related with A. If A is related with B, then B should also be related with A. Right? So see, A is related with B. A is related with B. This implies P A P inverse is equal to B. P A P inverse is equal to B. Now I can write it as P A is equal to B P. Just multiply both sides by P from the right side. Now I can write Now I can write A is equal to P inverse BP if I multiply P inverse. So see, I'm getting P inverse BP is equal to A. That means there exists a matrix P such that there exists a matrix P inverse. You can say that P inverse B and P inverse of inverse is A. In fact, let's suppose P inverse as matrix Q. So this will become QB Q inverse is equal to A. So see, there exists a matrix Q such that QB Q inverse is equal to A. So hence you can say that B is also related with A. If A is related with B, then B is also related with A. Means relation is symmetric for sure. Finally, let's check whether it is transitive or not. Transitive or not. So for transitive, if A is related with B and B is related with C, then A must be related with C. So A is related with B means what? A is related with B means if P inverse is B for some matrix P, for some non-singular matrix B. B related with C is what? B related C with is B is QC. Now if P inverse is B, so I can say that K is related with B. So similarly, if QB, if P inverse is B, so A is related with B. So similarly, if QB Q inverse is C, so I can say B is related with C for some non-singular matrix Q. Now if I substitute the value of B here, so I will get what? I will get Q P inverse Q inverse, it is C. So now I'm getting what? I'm getting QP A P inverse Q inverse is equal to C. If I substitute this QP matrix, let's say M, so this is M inverse is equal to C. M is QP matrix. So you can see that there exists a non-singular matrix M such that M inverse is C. So hence A is also related with C. So if A is related with B, B is related with C, so I got A related with C. Means it is transitive also. Hence it is an equivalence relation. See this question. Root 1, then under root 2 root 1, then under root 3 times root 2 under root 1. You are increasing one root, then 1 under root 4, under root 3, under root 2, under root 1. And like that, you have written 10 terms or 10 factors. 10 terms or 10 brackets, you should say. So you have written 10 brackets, first bracket, second, third, fourth, 10 brackets. So this is equal to 2 raised to A. So what will be integral part of A here? It is equal to 2 raised to A, 3 raised to B, 5 raised to C, 7 raised to D. So what will be integral part of A here? Basically, you need the exponent of 2 in this one. What will be the power of 2 in this one? What will be the power of 2 in this one? So see, what will be the power of 2? So actually this 2 raised to A, this 2 raised to A, this 2 raised to A, this 2 raised to A must be equal to, first collect all powers of 2. So you will get here 2 raised to half from this second bracket. Here you will get 2 raised to 1 by 4 from this third bracket. Next bracket you will get 2 raised to 1 by 8 and up to 9 terms. Why you are writing 9 terms here? Because in the first bracket, in the first term, you don't have 2. You don't have 2, right? Then collect the powers of 4. Collect the powers of 4. So 4 you will get from fourth bracket onward. From the fourth bracket onward. So you will get 4 raised to half. Then in the fifth bracket, it will be 4 raised to 1 by 4. Then in the sixth bracket, it will be 4 raised to 1 by 8. How many terms? So up to how many terms? See, 4 starts from third bracket onwards, in fact fourth bracket onward. So means out of 10 brackets, 3 left, so 7 terms here. 7 terms here. Why 7 terms? Because in first, second and third bracket, there is no 4. 4 starts from the fourth bracket, so 7 terms. Then you will get power of 2 in power of 6 also. You will get power of 2 in power of 6 also. So power of 6 you will get from here. Power of 6 you will get from sixth bracket onwards. From sixth bracket onward. So power of 6 will give you power of 2 also. So 2 raised to first you will get 1 by 2, then 1 by 4 plus 1 by 8 up to 5 terms. Why 5 terms? Because 6 you will get, you are writing actually power of 6, and power of 6 will give you 2 raised to power. So that will start from sixth bracket. So means 5 terms. 5 terms. Then you will get 2 in power of 8 also. You will get 2 in power of 8 also. Actually 8 can be written as, let's say power of 8 is m. So it will be 2 raised to 3m. It will be 2 raised to 3m. Or you can 8, in fact you can write 8 power. So what will be power of 8? Power of 8 you will get in 8th, 9th, 10, only 3. In only 3 you will get power of 8. So 8 raised to 1 by 2 plus 1 by 4 plus 1 by 8 you will get only in 8th, 9th and 10th term. 8th, 9th and 10th. So hence it is 1 by 2, 1 by 4. And then one more 2 you will get in power of 10. In power of 10. So that is 2 raised to half. One more 10. So now what you are getting here? You are getting 2 raised to, just add using GP. Add using GP. So it is a GP with first term half. Common ratio also half. Number of term 9 over 1 minus half. I'm using GP formula. A1 minus R raised to n over 1 minus R. Then 4 can be written as 2 square. And again GP with first term half. Common ratio also half. Number of terms 7 over 1 minus half. Then 2 raised to half. Number of term 5. So 1 by 2 raised to 5. 1 minus 1 by 2. Then 8 can be written as 2 raised to 3. And here 1 by 2 plus 1, 3 term only. So 1 by 2 plus 1 by 4 plus 1 by 8. It will be what? Let me write half. 3 term only. So 1 by 2 raised to 3. 1 minus 1 by 2. And one more 2, power of 10. So 2 raised to half. So now if I equate the power of 2 from both sides, so A will be what? A will be 1 minus 1 by 2 raised to 9 plus 2 times 1 minus 1 by 2 raised to 7 plus 1 minus 1 by 2 raised to 5 plus 3 times 1 minus 1 by 2 raised to 3 plus half. This will be it. Just equate the exponent, just equate the power of 2 from both sides. So you are getting what? A is equal to 1 plus 2, 3 and 1, 4 and 3, 7. So you are getting 7, then last half and then minus 1 by 2 raised to 9, minus 1 by 2 raised to 6, minus 1 by 2 raised to 5 and minus 3 by 8. Minus 3 by 8. Yes. So this is 7 plus half, minus 1 by 2 raised to 9, minus 1 by 2 raised to 6, minus 1 by 2 raised to 5, minus 1 by. So see, these quantities these are very small quantities. These are. Even 3 by 8 will be what? Half minus 3 by 8. 3 by 8 is also 0.4 something, right? Will I get 3 here in a power of 8? 8, 9, 10, the 1 by 2. Yes, I will get 3 here. So 3 by 8 is 0.4 actually. So I'm getting what? These are very small numbers. So in any case, the value will be greater than 7 apple. In fact, just calculate these values roughly. Just calculate this value roughly. So you will see that this number is slightly greater than 7. Slightly greater than 7, and hence integral part of A will be 7 here. Because these numbers are very small numbers. These numbers are very, very small, approximately equal to 0 actually, these numbers. right? So effective numbers are 7, half, and 3 by 8 only. And 3 by 8 is less than half. 3 by 8 is less than half. So ultimately your number will be slightly greater than 7. So integral part must be 7. Let's see this question. The mean and variance of 6 observations are 10 and 20 by 3. So what will be the mean? Mean will be 7 plus 10 plus 11 plus 15 plus A plus B. Can I make the numbers smaller? If I subtract 10 from each number, then mean will be 0 in fact. And new numbers will become A minus 10, B minus 10. Let's take those numbers as X and Y. Variance will remain as it is. Even if I subtract same number from each observation, variance will remain as it is. But my calculation will be easier in that case. My calculation will be easier. I think so, because a square it will be easy to square. So what I'm doing here, let's subtract 10 from each number. So if I subtract 10 from each number, each observation, so new observations will be what? New observations will be minus 3, 0, then 1, then 4, then A minus 10, and B minus 10. And since I have subtracted 10 from each observation, so now the new mean will be 0. You will subtract 10 from the mean also. So new mean will be 0. And let's suppose these two numbers are X and Y. Let's suppose this number is X, this number as Y, just for the sake of convenience. So X and Y. So if I take the mean of these numbers now, minus 3 plus 0 plus 1 plus 4 plus X plus Y over 6. So now the mean should be 0. Mean should be 0. So I'm getting what? I'm getting X plus Y. And here what? 4 and 1, 5 minus 3, X plus Y is minus 2. Yes, X plus Y minus 2. Now what will be the variance? The mean of a square, minus 3 square is 9, 0 square is 0, 1 square is 1, 4 square is 16, plus X square plus Y square. 9 plus 0 plus 1 plus 16 plus X square plus Y square divided by 6. Minus the square of the mean. Mean is 0 now, so 0. It should be 20 by 3. Variance will remain as it is. So now I'm getting what? I'm getting 26, 9 plus 1 plus 16 plus X square plus Y square is equal to 40. So X square plus Y square, X square plus Y square is what? It will be 14. And I need A minus B. A minus B is same as X minus Y. Even if you take X minus Y, you will get A minus B. Even if you take so X minus Y. So let's find X and Y. See, X plus Y is minus 2. X plus Y is minus 2. So if I do squaring here, so X plus Y whole square will be what? X plus Y whole square will be 4. And X plus Y whole square is X square plus Y square plus 2xy. It is 4. Right? So X square plus Y square is 14. 14 plus 2xy. Or should I substitute the value? Y is equal to minus 2 minus X. So straight away I will get X and Y. That will be easy, I think. Let me put the value here straight away. see x plus y is minus 2. X plus y is minus 2. So x square plus y square in fact can be written as x plus y whole square minus 2xy. It is 14. So ultimately this gives you 2xy, 4 minus 14, 4 minus 14, which is minus 10. So xy will be minus 5. Xy will be minus 5. Now what will be x minus y? To see x minus y whole square is same as x plus y whole square minus 4xy. So it is what? It is 4 plus 20. I'm not getting the same answer. Difference, I'm getting 24 root 24. Why so? See difference of x and y here. If I subtract a minus 10, b minus 10, I will get a minus b only. Am I doing some mistake somewhere? Minus 3, if I subtract 10, oh, in the first step itself, I've done mistake. If I subtract 10, so it will be minus 3, 0, 1 and 5. Now I've written 4 here, and I don't know why. Okay, let me erase all these things. Method is absolutely correct, but I've done an error in calculation. In fact, in the first line itself, I've done calculation error. The very first line itself, I've done the calculation error. That's why I'm getting different answer. And what calculation error I've done? If I subtract 10 from each observations, so 7 minus 10 minus 3, 10 minus 10 0, 11 minus 10 1, 15 minus 10 will be 5, and I don't know why I've written 4. Then a minus 10, b minus 10. Now mean will be what? Mean will be minus 3 plus 0 plus 1 plus 5 plus x plus y, 6 observation, divided by 6. Original mean was 10, but new mean will be 0. So now you are getting x plus y is equal to, you are getting x plus y is equal to 6 minus 3, minus 3 in fact. 6 minus 3, minus 3. Now if I do find the variance will be 9 plus 0 plus 1 plus 25 plus x square plus y square divided by 6. Minus a square of the mean, which is 0 square, it should be 20 by 3. So now you are getting 35 plus x square plus y square, 40. So x square plus y square is 5. And you can clearly see that the minus 1 minus 2 satisfies. Minus 1 minus 2 satisfies. So x is minus 1, y is minus 2. Right? X is minus 1, y is minus 2. So ultimately, a minus b, mod of a minus b is same as mod of x minus y, which is 1 here. Or you can find a and b also. X is minus 1, so a minus 10 is minus 1. A minus 10 is minus 1. So that simply means a will be 9. B minus 10 is minus 2, so b will be 8. So 8 and 9 are a and b actually. A is 8, b is 9. Okay, see this question. The probability of getting head for a biased coin is 1 by 4. It is tossed repeatedly until a head appears. N denotes the number of tosses required. If the probability that this equation has no real root, imaginary roots, is p by q. So what are q minus p? P and q are coprime. So see, this equation has no real root, so its discriminant should be less than 0. And discriminant is what? 25n square minus 4ac 256. It should be less than 0. So hence n square is less than 256 by 25. And n is a natural number here, number of tosses. Number of tosses, obviously it will be natural number. So that means n can be, see, 256 by 25, it is basically 10 point something. So n can be 1 or 2 or 3. N can be 1 or 2 or 3. So that means what is N here? N is the number of tosses required to get a head. Means you are tossing the coin until a head appears. So that means the head should appear either in the first toss itself or in the second toss or in the third toss, right? So what is the probability? Probability is given as P by Q. So head appears in the first toss itself. The probability of getting head is 1 by 4. Or the first toss is not head, 3 by 4, and then second toss is head. Means head appears in the second toss. Or the first toss is not head, second toss is also not head, and head appears in the third toss. So three possibilities are there. The head appears in the first one, head appears in the second one, head appears in the third one. So ultimately it is what? 1 by 4 plus 3 by 16 plus 3 by 64. So it is what? 16 plus 12 plus 3 by 64. So it is 31 by 64. They are asking Q minus P. So Q minus P is what? 64 minus 31. So it will be 33. So hence 33 should be the correct answer here. They have got 27. Am I doing some mistake? Why am I doing this mistake? N is either 1, 2, 3, 25, 256, N square. So 25, 256, 10 point something. So N can be 1, 2, 3. It is correct. Probability of getting head is 1 by 4. So it is 1 by 4. Then first tail, second head. So 3 by 4, 1 by 4. Why I'm doing such mistake? It is 9 here, 3 into 3. It is 9 here. One by 4, 3 by 16, 9 by 64. So it is 16 plus 12 plus 9. It is 37 by 64. So hence it is 64 minus 37. See this question. This question is based on indefinite integration. Ix is under root x plus 7 by x dx. I9 is this. I1 is alpha plus this. So what will be alpha? Okay. So first I have to get Ix. And to get Ix, what I'm doing? I'm just substituting x as t square. So dx will become 2t dt. Since we have root x in the denominator, so I'm just trying to get rid of this root. So Ix will be what? It will be under root t square plus 7. 7 can be written as root 7 square. Dx is 2t dt. T will disappear. So 2 dt. Right? dt here, 2 here. And now just use the standard formula under root x square plus a square. It is 2 times t by 2 under root t square plus 7 plus a square by 2 log mod t plus under root t square plus 7. Plus some constant c. 2 can be cancelled, and t is what? X square. T is actually root x. T is actually root x. So you will get what? Root x under root x plus 7 plus 7 plus 7 log mod root x plus under root x plus 7 and then plus c. This is Ix. Now let's calculate I9. So I9 is what? Root 9, which is 3, root 16, which is 4, 7 times log root 9, which is 3, mod here, and root 16, which is 4 plus c. So I9 is 12 plus 7 log 7 plus c, and this is given as 12 plus 7 log 7, hence c must be 0. This I9 is given as 12 plus 7 log 7, so c must be 0. Now what they are asking I1. So I1 is what? I1 is root 1, which is 1, root 8 plus 7 log root 1, which is 1, plus root 8 to root 2. So you can see that in place of alpha you are getting root 8. Alpha is root 8. So hence alpha raised to 4 is 64. So 64 should be the correct answer. See this question. Snx is this given series up to n terms. If I add S24x, 24 terms with x, so I will get 1093. And if I add up to 12 terms, replacing x with 2x, up to 12 terms replacing x with 2x, so then I will get 265. So what is the value of a here? So first look at Snx. Snx can be written as 2 times log x with the base a plus 3 times log x with the base a plus 6 times log x with the base a plus 11 times log x with the base a. So it can be written as 2 plus 3 plus 6 plus 11 plus 18 up to n terms log x with the base. This is Snx. 2 plus 3 plus 6 plus 11 plus 18 up to n terms log x with the base a. And you can see that this 2 plus 3 plus 6 plus 11 plus 18, just try to get the general term of this series. So if you look at this series, the first order difference is an AP here. Just check the difference. 3 minus 2 is 1, 6 minus 3 is 3, 11 minus 6 is 5, 18 minus. So let's get the nth term of this series first. Let's get the nth term of this series first. So let's suppose S is the sum 2 plus 3 plus 6 plus 11 up to last term is, let's say its general term is Tn. Nth term is Tn. If I subtract S from it, S, let's write again 2 plus 3 plus 6 up to Tn and subtract. So you will get 0 here, then you will get 2, and then you will get 1 plus 3 plus 5 up to n minus 1 terms, because I have taken 2 outside, up to n minus 1 terms. And then this since you are subtracting, this will be minus Tn here. Just take this minus Tn to the left. Now it is 2 plus 1 plus 3 plus 5 up to n minus 1 term. This is AP. If you add, you will get n minus 1 whole square. Its nth term is basically n square minus 2n plus 1 plus 3 actually. Nth term is n square minus 2n plus 3. So if I get the nth term of this sequence, yes, it is r square minus 2r plus 3. So I will get n square minus 2n plus 3. So you can say that this sum Snx can be written as sigma log x with the base a sigma r square minus 2r plus 3. And how many terms? R varying from 1 to n. R varying from 1 to n. So it can be written like this. Now they are saying that if I take S24x, so it is 1093. 1093. So S24x is what? Log x with the base a sigma r varying from 1 to 24 r square minus 2r plus 3. It is 1093. 1093. Now use the formula. Sigma r square is n plus 1, 2n plus 1 by 6. Sigma r is n plus 1 by 2. Sigma 3 will be 3 into n. N is 24 here. Number of terms is 24 here. So if you put summation here and just calculate log x with the base a from here. If you calculate log x with the base a from here, let me save my time. So if you calculate this summation, if you calculate this summation r varying from 1 to 24, so this comes out to be 4972. This summation sigma r square sigma r. So ultimately log x with the base a comes out to be 1 by 4 if you calculate here. So then log x with the base a comes out to be 1 by 4 here. Suppose it number 1. Next S12, 2x is given 265. So this will be what? Now x is replaced with 2x. So this will be log 2x with the base a. Then sigma r square minus 2r plus 3, r varying from 1 to 12 this time. And this is given as 265. This is given as 265. Again, put the value of sigma r square, sigma r constant, sigma r square same, n plus 1, 2n plus 1 by 6, sigma r n plus 1 by 2, constant summation, constant into n, and n is the number of terms here, which is 12. In this case, number of term is 12. So when you put this summation and calculate, so this time you will get log 2x with the base. Actually, this summation comes out to be 530. And hence log 2x with the base a becomes half. So when you calculate this summation, so log 2x with the base a is half. So from here, you will get log 2x with the base a is equal to half. This is what you are getting. I'm just avoiding the calculation part. You can do very easily. Sigma r square, sigma r, constant summation. Yes, it is time taking question. So that's why I'm avoiding the calculation. Now this log 2x with the base a, I can write it as log 2 with the base a plus log x with the base a. It is half. Now log 2 with the base a and log x with the base a is given as 1 by 4. It is half. So this gives you log 2 with the base a is equal to 1 by 4. Log 2 with the base a is equal to 1 by 4. So ultimately this gives you a raised to 1 by 4 is equal to 2. So hence a must be 16. So actually a is 16 here. See this question. This is from straight lines. You are given two lines and the intercepted portion of these two lines between the coordinate axis are the diagonals of a quadrilateral. So what will be the area of this quadrilateral? What will be the area of this quadrilateral? So let me draw the lines first. See this first line, 4x plus 3y is equal to 24. It meets x-axis at 6 and y-axis at 8. So the first line meets x-axis at 6, y-axis at 8. So let's say this is the first line. It meets x-axis at 6, y-axis at 8. And the second line meets x-axis at 5, y-axis at 12. So let's say this is your second line. This second line meets x-axis at 5 and y-axis at 12. Now they are saying that these two line segments between the coordinate axis, these two line segments, this line from here to here, this line, and this line, these are diagonals of a quadrilateral. These are diagonals of a quadrilateral. So let's say these points are A, B, C, D. Let's say this point is A, this point is B, this point is C, this point is D. And these are diagonals. So your quadrilateral will look like this if you join this point and this point. So this is your quadrilateral actually, ABCD. ABCD is your quadrilateral. AB diagonal is AC and BD, quadrilateral is ABCD. So you have to get the area of this quadrilateral. You have to get the area of this quadrilateral ABCD, this quadrilateral ABCD. And how will you get this area? So area of the quadrilateral ABCD is what? First write area of triangle. First write area of triangle OBC minus area of triangle OAD. So first write OBC, larger triangle, then smaller triangle OAD. And area of triangle OBC is what? Half. Its base is 6, altitude is 12, so half 6 into 12. Minus area of triangle OAD. OAD is what? Half 5 into 8. So this will be what? 36. And this one is what? 20. So hence it is 16. So area of this quadrilateral will be 16, right? Okay, see this question now. This is from vectors. You are given a vector a plus 3b, and a plus 3b is perpendicular to 7a minus 5b, while a minus 4b is perpendicular to 7a minus 2b. And you know that given two vectors are perpendicular, so then their dot product is 0. So if I take the dot product of a plus 3b with 7a minus 5b, it should be 0. And if I take the dot product of a minus 4b with 7a minus 2b, again 0. The dot product of a plus 3b with 7a minus 5b 0. Dot product of a minus 4b with 7a minus 2b 0. Now let's take the dot product. A into 7a, that is 7a square. 3b into minus 5b, it is minus 15b square. And then you will get minus 5ab plus 21ab. So it is 16a dot b. 0. Minus 15 plus 21. Similarly here, 7a square plus 8b square, and then minus 2ab minus 28ab. So minus 38 dot b. It is 0. 8 minus 8, sorry, minus 2a dot b minus 28a dot b. Yes. So 7a square, 8b square, and then minus 2a dot b minus 28 dot b. Yes, 30. Here 7a square minus 15b square minus 5a dot b plus 21. Now if I equate a dot b from both, so from the first equation, a dot b is what? 7a square minus 15b square over minus 16 from the first one. 7a square minus 15b square over minus. And from the second one, it is 7a square plus 8b square over 30. Over 30. Cancel it. So you will get here 8. You will get here 15. Now let's cross multiply. So 15 into 7, 105a square. 15 into 15, 225b square. Minus 56a square. Minus 64b square. 105 and 56, it is 161a square. And 225 minus 64, it is also 161b square. 5 minus 4, 1, 22 minus 6. Yes, so that means A and B are same. A and B are same. Now if I put A is equal to B in the first equation here, if I put A is equal to B here in the first equation, so I will get 16A dot B is equal to, I will get it as what, 7, a and b are same, so it will be 8a square. Now cancel 2, a dot b can be written as ab cos theta, and it is a square. A and b are same, so this gives you cos theta is equal to half. When you put a and b same, b is equal to a, so theta will be 60 degree. So hence angle is 60, means 60 is the correct answer here, right? Great. Okay, let's wrap up this video. See you in the next video. Bye bye. Take care. Bye everyone. God bless you all.